Yeah. Solid Hill TDS, what's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W. Sports Network, late night edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. Hey. L Boogie with the hot flame, ashtray full of top names, little tree for your membrane. This the 9-hour time frame. I just snatched up a 6-pack, got my hands on a lid pack, whipping up a little batch of snacks. Yeah, man, I think I'm all set. Late night, can't sleep. Go ahead and just tap in. Better grab you a cold one, and we about to get some laps in. Wild card on the microphone, he'll hit you with a couple flurries. Y'all need to just strap in for some entertainment sports commentary. We about to raise the bar. Wild card bar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card bar. We about to raise the bar. Wild card bar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what it is. We back in the building. It's I.O.W. Sports Late Night Owl Edition. Hey, we weren't able to do a show this afternoon, but it's okay. We gonna give the people. Got to give the people what they want. So, joining me tonight on Late Night Owl Edition, I got my main man Tony DeSavant. What's happening with you, brother?
What's going on, brother? I'm good, man. And yeah, unfortunately, y'all, sorry about the Monday. Wasn't that fun day, but we had to stay up late. So get your coffee, you get your Vice going on. It's gonna be a show tonight.
Amen. You already know what it is. Y'all make sure hit that like, share, subscribe buttons to both I.O.W. Sports Network as well as Tony DeSavant YouTube channels. Please smash them buttons, hit them like buttons. Definitely hit the subscribe buttons, hit them alert buttons. Let you know when either one of us are going live. I'm trying to tell you, the revolution has been televised. Hey, you gonna see. You're gonna see. I promise you.
Fact, Brody. I like to say that the takeover is live streamed nowadays. You know what I mean?
Hey, live stream, live taped. It don't matter. You can go back and even watch some of the revolution. It don't even matter, dog. I don't care how you consume it. Just understand that there's gonna be a point in time. ESPN, what's that?
Yeah.
FS Sports, what's that? CBS Sports, what's that? Eventually it's gonna happen. But until then, y'all just keep on rocking with us. Hey man, let's get to it because we got a lot to talk about, man, for the next 57 minutes. Hey man, let's start right here. Obviously, we all watched it. We were kind of talking about it back and forth on Twitter in messages. Hey man, Monday Night Football, let's recap it. Bills, Jets. I know Bills Mafia is happy. They walked away with a 23-20 victory. Looked a little sloppy at times. But hey, give me your thoughts on Monday Night Football's action, my brother.
Man, Brody, I'm gonna try to keep it short and sweet. I had no problem with Jets Nation until the untimely firing of Robert Saleh. I just thought that was and I can't really speak because that's not my house. You know what I mean? I'm a Packers man through and through. But they got my old roommate over there, Aaron Rodgers. So I'm invested. Let me know how he acting because he was a little unruly when he lived over here with us. But
he kind of acting up right now. He cutting up right now.
Man, brother, I think it's a wrap, man. This is really giving me Peyton Manning Broncos feels. Kind of. I thought Robert Saleh was the heart and soul of that defense and the reason why they were top 10 these last 2-3 years that he's been there. But now you abrupted the piece. I don't think Robert Saleh was the problem, but Aaron Rodgers, I said it last week, I'm going to say it again. Washed, man. Get the sponges, get the soap. It's over, bro. It's over.
Damn. So I definitely agree with you that Robert Saleh wasn't the problem. But I'll say this: I did have him on my top 5 coaches going into the NFL season. I had him on a top 5 list that I made of 5 coaches that I thought were on the hot seat. And both of these coaches I had on that list: Sean McDermott and Robert Saleh. But I had Robert Saleh on my list because one is there weren't going to be too many times you're going to keep using injuries as an excuse on why you're, keep going 7-10 and way under 500. And I also thought that because he was going to get fired because his whole tenure, they were inept at offense. And that's been the case still, even with Aaron Rodgers. So, I thought that was going to be some of the reasons why he was going to get fired. So, but eventually they made me look right for the first time in a minute that I was right on something because I didn't expect him to go 5 weeks in and do it. But here's my thing. So if you're going to fire a coach for the ineptness of one side of the football that he's not an expert of, and he basically was like, hey, you, Aaron Rodgers, Hackett, Nathaniel Hackett, I'm trusting you guys to pretty much run the offense. I'm a defensive-minded coach. I brought you in as OC. I brought you in as a veteran quarterback. Y'all got this relationship. Hey, laissez-faire. Apparently, I put too much trust and faith in y'all to run the offense. Yeah. Okay, it doesn't work. All right, he gets fired. Then you bring in Todd Downing and say what you want. The offense did look more fluid tonight. It did, but here's the problem. You fired the coach, but he can't block for you. Hey, Aaron Rodgers was getting his head knocked off tonight.
Oh, yeah.
So,
go ahead.
Bro, you still got the same problem.
Exactly.
You are incapable of blocking, protecting for a 40-year-old man.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got no Lamar Jackson back there who's young enough and got enough, more bounce to the ounce to get out some sacks. You ain't got a guy like Josh Allen big enough to, get off a couple of tackles and hey, get up off me, pass tackler. I'm big. You ain't got no Ben Roethlisberger back there. No Fran Tarkenton. You ain't got nothing close that's getting out of sacks on the regular. Now, if we're talking 2010 Aaron Rodgers, he might get out some sacks. But this ain't 2010 Aaron Rodgers. This is 2024 40-year-old coming off a Achilles injury. Aaron Rodgers.
And that's why we let him walk for a bag of potato chips, bro. We didn't. Packer Nation didn't ask for nothing for Aaron Rodgers, and because, and I think we see it with all our favorite athletes. At some point, when you good, all good. I used to say, my granddad used to say, all good things come to an end. Great things come to an end faster. So, a reality that Aaron Rodgers had his time, but after, like you said, bro, Robert Saleh. I don't know if I'm saying that brother's name right. Is it Saleh or Saleh?
I always say Robert Saleh. So
Saleh. Okay. Yeah. I want to be respectful, but yeah, man. It's at the same time we talked about this a little bit last week. You got hired on to be a defensive specialist, and this is kind of giving me the Chicago Bears 06-07 vibes when Lovie Smith had that defense looking like the 85 Bears, but they had Rex Grossman as their quarterback. What do you want me to do with this? You know what I mean? And although I can only make so many decisions, and to Robert Saleh's credit, I don't know if it's discredit or credit, he was getting the same results from Zach Wilson. So he was like, hey, I'm not good on this side of the ball. I tried drafting me a quarterback. It was trash. So let's bring in the Hall of Famer and his offensive coordinator, and we getting the same results. Listen here, man. I listen to Nick's proud New York Jets fan faithfully. Shout out to him, man. And I was listening to Jets Nation. I was just trying to get a temperature in the room. And everybody was, dancing and singing when Robert Saleh got fired. Now what do y'all do? Now what do you go? Who do you blame? Woody Johnson?
Well, the owner. Well, you got to blame the owner. Because, and here's one of the things that I said last week about the firing. Because I didn't have a Tuesday late night show. I did a Wednesday. So I was a day late. But I gave my take. Here's the thing. Does Robert Saleh deserve some blame for him losing his job? Yeah. Well, I mean, he's the head coach. You say what you want, whether he's likable or not. He went 4-13 his first year, went 7-10, second and third year, respectfully. And they did not get off to a good start this year. So look, if you look at his record, he's way under 500. I mean, I understand that. But he spent 3.2 years as a Jets coach. So he spent 3 years and a quarter year there. I'm gonna throw some stats at you, and if anybody watched the show last week, you're gonna hear this again. So since they've been a franchise since 1960 in the NFL, 64 years. All right, they've had 20 head coaches. Do your average. Every coach is given 3.2 years as a coach. New York Jets, right on time. So it was Robert Saleh's time to go by the math. It was his time to go by the math because, yes, he did not have a good record, 20-36. But we got to be honest. Aaron Rodgers is not playing well. He's at the bottom. He's at the bottom of passer rating. He is at the bottom of QBR. All right, those 20, 30 plus, 40 plus touchdown season. He ain't getting that shit this year.
Yeah.
Look at one of his touchdowns tonight off of Hail Mary. Some real fluke luck shit. All right.
A prayer.
A prayer. That's exactly what a Hail Mary is. Now I get it. He's completed more Hail Marys in his career more than anybody. Okay. He might have perfected how to do it a Hail Mary. It's still a prayer. It's still luck.
Yeah. Right.
But still, his completion percentage is not Aaron Rodgers like. All right. So we're not getting the Aaron Rodgers that we've seen and known and watch him be that bad man. Like Stephen A. Say he ain't. Oh, he's a bad man. All right. Not in a good way. He's not like Aaron Rodgers. And then I look at some of the moves that they made. Here's why they can't protect Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I like Vera Tucker, but he can't stay healthy. That was a top pick that they had in 2021. He's missed numerous games. You bring in Tyron Smith. He's old and damaged goods as your left tackle. There's no way he's keeping up with pass rushers on that side of the line, trying to keep it in front of him. He's old and washed up. And it'll be a matter of time before he gets hurt because that's been his MO for the last 7 years. Is getting hurt. Let's be honest. So it wasn't all Robert Saleh's fault. It was. Can we just be honest and frank? Look, I like underdogs, but y'all not an underdog. Y'all just trash, bro.
Yeah.
The Jets are historically a piss poor franchise. I mean, over 50 plus years of just trash. You just gotta call a spade a spade. All right, trash is trash. Damn it. You can try to, hey, back in my days before I got murdered. Right, there was a couple of times, I might have got one little something that disguised how trash he was.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, hey, sometimes you get fooled every now and then.
Right? Yeah. Nah, I've been there.
Hey, so you know what I'm talking about? Hey, eyelashes is popping, the makeup is popping, the push-up bra is spot on,
Yeah.
Probably put on a couple of butt pads or something. I'm thinking she's thicker than a Snicker. I get back to the crib and then, the clothes come off and all the body parts come off too.
Like, no.
No.
Hey.
Where was the girl that was at the club?
Hey, and that's the crazy part, big bro. I think it's kind of the Jets. They are the Dallas Cowboys of the AFC right now. It's like, you want to believe in them. On paper, they make the right moves, but it never shows up, in the outcome. And so now, 6 weeks in, we are third through the season. You done fired your coach. You done paid everybody and did everything. You locked in. So
and it ain't no better. Now, like I said, the offense did have some improvement stats wise. Aaron Rodgers had his best game so far this year. That's fine. But you still got the key problems. Too many not injuries, but too many penalties, heavily penalized tonight. Still can't block and worth the damn. I'm surprised. Aaron Rodgers is gonna be sore when he gets up in the morning. Oh, he gonna be hurting.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna be on concussion protocol after them 2 hits on that one drive. He got up looking like, where am I at for a second? Yeah, man.
Hey, that 40-year-old can't do that. He can't take that many hits, bro.
Let me ask you though, Dub, as far as the other side of the ball, you think Josh Allen in this Bills Mafia, you think they legit, or is this just, because man, they look good, a couple weeks, and then what was that against the Ravens? They got blasted.
Well, look at their schedule. Look what they've done, and just like you alluded to it, they get blasted by the elite teams. I mean, Ravens took them to work. Took them boys to work. You go up against one of the more, I guess, elite teams on paper, and I know their record is still relatively good, but they kind of been sluggish a little bit. But still, 5-1 Texans, they can't beat them. I'm not sold on the Bills. What it was is, so the first 2 weeks they got some dubs over Arizona. They beat Miami when Tua got the concussion, and I still wasn't sold. Then they win game 3, and I was like, you know what? I'm about to start caving in that the Bills are legit. Then they get blasted by Baltimore, and then they struggle against Houston. Can't make all the plays where they need to beat a good team. Okay, stop beating up on these trash teams.
Yeah.
Are they going to win a division? More than likely. Look at this division now. Jets are trash. Just fired their coach. Bills, I'm not 100% sold on. Dolphins, come on. They Tua gets concussions, gets knocked out, and there goes offense for some reason. They can't do nothing on offense. Patriots, come on, they have zero offense. Whether they make a trade or transition to Drake May or not, he had some good plays yesterday. He also had a ton of bad plays. So the fact of the matter is, Patriots, their defense is not elite enough to keep them in games or win games. Their defense, I like their defense. You just don't have nothing to compliment you on the offensive side. So that's the problem. So are they going to win a division? Yeah, by default. I mean, this division looks totally different from what, at least what I thought coming into the NFL season. I mean, it looks pretty piss poor. Are they going to? Yeah, fine. But I'm not impressed. Yeah. Go up against Baltimore again. You'll probably get dog walked again. Yeah. Go up against Kansas City. I like Kansas City's chances. I like Houston's Texans chance again against this team. I can't be sold on the Buffalo Bills, but I for sure never fell enamored with the Jets conversation either. Preseason. Oh, we're a Super Bowl caliber team. When? Where? Was Super Bowl 3?
Mr. Naismith coming back. Yeah. The crazy part is no real team other than yo boys. They looking good. The Vikings looking good, but there's no real team I trust. The Bills sneak in there. You know what I mean? Even every good team has looked bad. The Chiefs, y'all keep winning. Even though Patrick Mahomes playing like poop right now for the most part, he's making plays, but on the paper, but yeah, I won't believe in the Bills, bro. I'm gonna be honest. But they struggled tonight. They struggled. Just made a couple more plays than the Jets did.
Yeah, they did.
Been doing too.
But here's the thing with the Jets, it gets worse. They got the Steelers next. I don't like them against the Steelers.
No.
I don't like this offensive line. They can't block nothing against that Steelers front four. No. TJ Watt's brother might have a field day next week.
Yeah, I can see a career game.
Yeah. He might have a five sack night. And this is what's crazy. Buffalo got pass rush tonight without Von Miller, who's pretty much primarily been their pass rush this year. He's serving a 4-game suspension, and it didn't look like they missed him tonight. They still handle business. So, yeah, they got Steelers, Patriots defense who won't lay down for them. They got them. They They got the Texans. The schedule lightens up a little bit. They got Cardinals and Colts, Dolphins, Seahawks are kind of shaky. Jaguars are hella shaky. Rams are shaky. So I mean, there's some spots in this schedule later down the road that the Jets might get some games just because of level of competition may not be up to par, but I'm not buying it. I can't. I never bought it this preseason, and I'm damn sure I've already sold all my stocks before they even fired Robert Saleh. And I didn't even think about purchasing no more stocks after they fired Saleh. So I'm not. No, Jets are. I just got to keep it a buck, man. They've been a piss poor franchise for all my life, all your life. That's about all a Jets fans' life, and they just don't want to. Just call a spade a spade. They're piss poor. They've been piss poor, and it's okay. I understand. You want to stay loyal. Okay, that's fine. Be loyal, but keep it real. Yeah. Don't sit up here and talk that they are a Super Bowl caliber team just based off of paper of who you signed and who you got to play football. And they ain't been playing good football, not this year, not last year, not the year before, not the last 40 years, not the last 50 years. Come on now. What we doing, bro? What we doing? But hey, I will say this. It was an entertaining game. I don't know about you, bro. These refs got to figure out what the hell is roughing the passer. I didn't like some of these calls they had tonight, bro.
If you look at them too long or wrong, they gonna throw you a flag. And you know what I'm getting mad at too, man? They be like saying, when it's a touchdown play, because that Garrett Wilson touchdown was clear as day. He had the feet in, all that, and the ref was looking. He like right here what he say, no good. I'm like, bro, we ain't even gotta waste no time on the replays. Like, what are y'all doing, bro? Like, if y'all gonna be mediocre, just go ahead, throw your boy a striped shirt. I get out there for a couple thousand. I can mess up some calls too. So, you right though, because the ones that they call quote unquote roughing the passer, I'm like, now what we doing, man? Is this football? Are we playing football? Because if you look at them too wrong, and I understand they got to protect the QBs. The QBs are the product, blah blah blah. But to what fault though?
Mm-hmm. I'm with you. Hey, there's a difference between wanting to protect the game and actually just this is when you get your conspiracy theories saying the shit's rigged. Because when you start making calls like that. Because I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I'm sitting here, I'm like, boy, I swear they want Aaron Rodgers to win this damn game. They making some kind of questionable calls tonight. And don't get me wrong, there was questionable calls on both sides. But there was a couple of drives for the Jets that got extended for some crazy calls. I'm like, that's like 2 or 3 drives this game that they just got some weird calls to extend some drives. I'm like, what's going on? Like,
you're right. Like, I was thinking the same thing. Like, okay, y'all want the Jets to be relevant, or you want them to win this? And I hate that your guys get such a bad rap with the referees, because it's like, man, y'all get everybody get. Well, I'll say like this: everybody gets some bad calls, and there's also some missed calls on both sides. It's just some are a little more glaring than others, but overall, we gotta have a meeting with these referees. Hey, brother, step it up.
A meeting. No, bro, we about to have a full job fair, bro. We about to have a full job fair, a referee summit. We about to have it all because something needs to get done. Because this shit right here, dog.
Yeah, it's taken away.
What?
Hey, man, taken away from.
Hey, it's wild, bro. Taking away, man. You keeping it light, bro, because they over there on some Fraggle Knuckle bullshit, bro. That was some of this. I'm like, what is really going on? But great game overall. 23-20 Bills walk away with the victory. You not sold on the Bills, or you kind of on the fence about them? You like?
I want to believe him. I think Josh Allen. I want to believe in him, man. But it's like every time you start buying that Bills stock, it's like, whoop, it ain't worth nothing now. I got it, but it ain't worth nothing now. Every time, bro. And I'm talking about if it ain't, they'll look good in the regular season. Just one of them type teams where even if they looking good, you can't trust them come that postseason. So, but I like Josh Allen as a player. I like the fire he plays with. Actually, tonight was his 100th game, a career game. So that's pretty cool. I still think he's one of the elite quarterbacks, as far as throwing and running the ball. But overall, the Bills the same kind of team, man. You know, the only team in history to lose 4 consecutive Super Bowls. Yeah, man. Y'all get on out of here, man. Go give me Jim Kelly.
Yo, you wildin'. But hey, man, there's another team that's always gets overhyped. I know we talk about them because they are a polarizing team, but how many times, dog? We just gotta call a spade a spade. They stink, bro.
They stink, bro.
He said they stink.
Something rotten in here. I can smell it.
Hey, this is another double digit beat down at home. First it was the Saints, who they ain't won since the last time they beat up on the Cowboys. So they lost 4 in a row since then. Baltimore went in there and pretty much bum rushed them, but they only let them come back off some garbage time and they played prevent defense. And then Detroit Lions, they went in there and made 47-9.
Yeah, it was a party. And prayer said Aiden Hutchinson, man, that young man, out for the season. That was an ugly injury, and yes, it would be Dak to take him out. I know Dak ain't do it, but he's doing everything else bad out there. But yeah, another 47 top. And this is my thing, bro. I had a little short that I put out there. You can't get rid of Dan Quinn. You cannot go get a running back. You can't overpay an overrated quarterback and think you're gonna be good. I don't think they won a home game yet, and I'm really in tune with Cowboy Nation. They sad out there, bro. They are sad and depressed. So here we go.
$60 million. Hey, this is what I'm really pissed off is I had so I made a trade because I needed a running back on my fantasy team, and the person offered me the running back I wanted and Dak Prescott, and they wanted CJ Stroud for me, and I hesitated because I'm like, I do know that Dak does put up numbers because they always playing from behind and gets his numbers. He gonna get some some stat pad and fantasy numbers for me. That's great. So I make the trade, right? Why this fool only gave me 4 points yesterday?
Oh, big bro. Look, I feel for you, man. I'm going through with Brandon Ayuk. I drafted this fool. Nonetheless, it's like, Dak? Yeah, bro. I'm taking your take. Bro, they should never pay him. Should have let him walk for a bag of potato chips. Go ahead and get Mr. Sanders, young Sanders, and start over anew because he ain't getting you nothing, man. He's not giving you nothing. And I'm not going to put it up. We can't put it all on. It's no run game over there. The defense is cheats. And at the end of the day, all of that going against you. And then Dak, you can't depend on him for nothing. I'm sorry about that trade, bro. I'm sorry you made that trade. I'm going to apologize.
No, I'm really upset because the running back that I had everybody come back off an injury, and I benched him. So it's DeAndre Swift, who I wanted. I benched him yesterday. He 30 points sitting on my bench, bro. But that's neither here nor there. That hurt my heart more than anything. I was like, sitting on the bench. But regardless, the fact of the matter is that you gave the man $60 million. He's the highest paid player in the league.
Right. In history.
You're not getting that production, though.
Right.
And what baffles me about the move of paying him is the fact that the production that you're getting from him now has always been the production he's giving you.
That's the thing. And I didn't blame Jerry for holding out. I would have been totally cool if Dak didn't get paid. And I hate to say that because I like to see these guys get their money. They're literally putting their lives and their health on the line every game, all these athletes, especially when you play on that pro level, you got all that mileage on your body. But yeah, brother, I was saying the same thing. And, Jerry waited until the 11th hour. Look, if Dak threatened to leave and go to the Raiders or anything, I'm calling your bluff. Bye-bye. Yeah.
All right.
What you going to do for them that you ain't did for me? So
I would have told him straight up, said, bro, you're under contract still. You're looking for a extension. And you do know what that means, right? it means your ass still belong to me.
Right.
You either gonna get your ass on that field or cure these fines. What you want to do? But I ain't extending you. Jerry should have. I'm telling you, I was so shocked leading into week 1, right before the game started. Breaking news: Dak Prescott hired. I was shocked because I'm like, there's no reason to extend him because you have always gotten the same production from him. And like you said, I'm not gonna put it all on him, but he's the quarterback, so he's gonna get the most scrutiny because he's gonna get the most praise if they were winning. So,
Precisely.
But Mike McCarthy, he was another coach that I had on my hot seat. He might make it out. He the way they keep going. I don't expect him to keep that job at the end of this season whenever it ends. The only thing that'll save him is a Super Bowl, if you ask me. And they're not a Super Bowl caliber team. I know Michael Parsons wants his money, but I got to be honest. Michael Parsons, I actually love his game, but the defense stunk with him on it.
Right. Yeah. I thought the man was playing yesterday until I seen him walk over to Aiden. I seen him in street clothes over there giving Aiden Hutchinson good. I'm like, what you? I thought you was out there, 11. Boy. It don't matter if you here or not. Go podcast, man. We gonna drop a podcast, man.
For real. Hey, matter of fact, just hop on with me and Tone because fact of the matter is, you got podcast experience. You might as well get good at that. Now he is a good football player, but the defense still trash. What you want playing? I know that he's injured. The Marcus Lawrence injury that doesn't help, but hey, people got injuries. People got injuries. It happens. Y'all decide to not make any moves in free agency. You made zero, or you made little to none. At least you made little to no moves that made an impact to make your team better. I should say.
They brought Zeke back. Bruh, you can do that in the NBA. You can let somebody go and come back. You cannot do that in the NFL. Once you let an NFL player go, it's for 2 reasons. You know what I mean? You ain't producing, and more than likely you ain't what you used to be. And once I seen Zeke come back, big bro, I say cooked. I say they are cooked. They better hope Rico Dowdale dude ain't no bigger than my son. You better hope he do something. Or Deuce Vaughn, man. But you know what I will say real quick though? I want to say pink slip everybody, Jerry Jones included, except CeeDee Lamb. That young man, he making nothing out of nothing now. I mean, he making something out of nothing over there. I mean,
you see the frustration on his face though.
Yeah,
you absolutely see the frustration on his face. He's like, bruh, I just got paid and they just paid this man. I'm stuck with this motherfucker, bro. No, for real. That was the look on his face. He's like, man, I'm stuck. Hey, man. Hey, he looked like a hurt baby daddy that stuck his dong in the wrong joint and got a baby with her. He like, man, I'm stuck with this thing. Hey, that's what he looked like. He like, bruh, I'm stuck with this shit, dog, for the rest of my career in Dallas. Dog, hey, that's some of the situations you like, hey, bruh, man. Hey, Jerry, I love you, bro. But, man, trade me, bro.
Happy birthday, Jerry Jones. Happy birthday, Jerry Jones. This is what you get, dog. This is what you get for playing the Diddy role, all in the videos, all in the camera. You want to be the GM, coach, owner. If Jerry was young enough, that fool would be out there playing quarterback too. He'd be doing everything, man. But
we also ain't gonna talk about how Jerry was acting like Diddy in many other ways, but that's neither here nor there.
We know what time it was. Hugh Hefner used to be at them games, man. Hugh Hefner was a Cowboys fan. You can't tell me nothing about Jerry Jones, but
I'm gonna leave that one alone. But
get us canceled, big bro. You'll get us canceled.
I'm gonna leave that one alone. But if you can read between the lines, you know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. But I mean, look, man. Matter of fact, I'm about to pull up the Cowboys schedule because I don't see it getting no better no time soon because they're going to be without Michael Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence for a lot of times. Before you do that, big bro, I'm gonna let you know. I know what exactly it is, but 0-5. That's my prediction. I just want to get my take out the way.
Next 5 weeks is gonna be a gauntlet. 0-5.
Well, with the way that the Lions just did them, oh my goodness, they whole respect and dignity just got taken. Well, I know they 3-3, but they got the 49ers up next.
3-4.
Oh shit.
And here's the crazy part: Niners injured too. They still finding ways to win. They coughed that, they took that L against the Cardinals. But that's a division rival. You know what I mean? Know your playbook. You know their playbook. You're gonna have those.
They know you pretty well. And they handle business Thursday against the Seahawks. So so 49ers next. Falcons.
3-5.
Oh shit. God damn. I'm not mad at you though, because I think the Falcons are starting to get rolling. They're starting to get rolling, especially on offense.
Yeah.
Eagles.
That might be a tie game. 3-5-1. Let me cook. Damn, Sheagles was out there front running against the Browns. Man, they almost lost that. Woo.
Hey, yo. All right. Texans.
Little Texas rivalry. Eventually CJ and them gonna have to cool off. I can see them edging that game, but I put no money on it. 3-6-1.
Commanders.
They could probably put the little bros back in their position, so I'll give them that game. 4-6-1. That's why I got the Cowboys in the next 5 weeks.
Giants.
Ooh, I want to like Daniel Jones, man. I do. Danny Dimes. I think if he was on any other team, he'd probably be decent. I think the Cowboys, they always had that one blunder against the pothole team. So yeah, it's 4-7-1 next 6 weeks, 5 weeks.
Bengals.
Joe Cool, top 3 in all the major quarterback statistics. I could see him going crazy. 3-4 touchdown performance, 4-8 in 1.
Panthers.
Depends on who playing. You got Bryce Young, I'll get the Cowboys to win. You got who that? Not Flacco, Andy Dalton. Yeah, Andy Dalton out there.
Oh, they still get to win. Let's stop the cap. All right. Look, the Panthers made that decision thinking that Andy Dalton or Red Rocket. No, it's not Bryce Young. We just no. Y'all trash. All right. It don't matter who back. They trash. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, come on. We got to get them that one. It's the Panthers. All right. They are not good.
Respectfully to the Panthers.
Buccaneers.
Yeah, that's an L. Especially if Baker doing what he's been doing.
Eagles again.
Thing about the Cowboys and the Eagles is they always split, 1-1 during the season. So I give them a tie game that first game. I'm giving the Eagles to win on the second.
And they finished the year off with the Commanders.
Yeah, they could take that game, especially to end the game off. I'm pretty sure. I got the Commanders eking into the playoffs this year. Ain't gonna lie.
So by your calculations, you don't even have the Cowboys in wild card hunt, bro.
And, that's the scary part for me is that the beginning of the season, I would have said they would have been top 4 seed, maybe a little fall off, but nah, man, I don't got them in the playoffs, and that's just from their own actions, how they've been playing, especially when everybody else stepping their game up, like you say, the Falcons, the Texans, the Texans AFC, but the Lions, the Vikings, the Bears, you got a lot of people to fight with now. Everybody taking a step forward.
Yep. Everybody, I agree with you on that. Everybody's taking a step forward. They're visibly taking a step back, and it's so glaring. But they're giving money to certain players, and you're not getting your return on investment. Hey, everybody, ROI. Remember that. All my business majors know it. Return on investment. You only put money into things you know for a fact you're going to get a return on that investment, plus more. That's the only time you invest. Yes, no, this was a bad business move.
Yeah. That's why Jerry got to go. You know, and I'm not one of those people that like to attack, you know, the people that's not on the field so much, but Jerry, you making all these crazy decisions. So it's like, man, and I've said this too, big bro. When I used to live in Texas, I said this a long time ago before I ever started my platform. The Cowboys will win the Super Bowl the day Jerry Jones is relieved of his duties, one way or the other. You know what I mean? So
yeah. But the only problem is was scary, in my opinion, and I've said this before too. With him, you know, with the nepotism hires of his sons and daughters and big seats, big positions in that franchise.
Yeah,
it's gonna fall right to them. They're gonna run this. They're gonna run it the same way. Oh, this is what Daddy did.
Well, you know, this ain't Bronny James, so I'll say Stephen Jones is the reason why Johnny Manziel ain't wearing the Cowboys uniform right now.
That is true.
That was probably, I think he ended up they ended up getting Tyron Smith that year, I believe. So
yeah.
So that what Stephen Jones did, hey brother, you can, you know, I can at least, you know, give you a chance at that point, because you know Jerry wanted him some Johnny Manziel.
That is fair. That is fair. So that's a fair point to say that maybe Stephen will run it probably a little bit more football savvy, not just business savvy. Right. Which, hey, we'll see what happens. Because if he was able to talk him off the ledge and not getting Johnny Manziel, which was a huge bullet that they dodged. I mean, we'll see what Stephen Jones does. But I already know. I don't know if Scarlett, his daughter, how much she's going to want to run the franchise when it's time for somebody to take over. So we'll see what happens when that situation, whenever we got to cross that bridge as sports fans and as content creators. But man, NFL recap. Week 6. I gotta say this, man. I am 100% surprised on how all of a sudden the whole NFC North is in playoff contention right now. I didn't see that.
Me too. And them damn Bears, man. Now you were talking about making a move. I actually put in the Denver defense over the Bears defense, and shame on me. I should have known better. Chargers. Well, I forget who won. I think the Chargers won that game.
Yeah. They ran the ball over, and that was crazy because that was the moment I started feeding into Denver.
Me too.
And then all of a sudden they did what they did yesterday. Just Chargers just ran all over them. I mean, goodness. Oh my goodness.
30 defensive points on the bench, and I would have won my game too. But you know, the Bears have been a shocker. Of course, you know the Vikings on their bye week. I think my pack is always going to be in the mix just because we still young and hungry. Yeah. But and the Lions looking like the best team in football. What you thinking about that NFC North? Because I'm invested.
No, I look. I'm 100% shocked that this whole division is way over 500, including the Bears. I thought the Bears were going to be complete putrid. I'm not shocked about Green Bay being there. I'm not shocked about Detroit being what they are. I'm still having some shock about Minnesota. Still one of the only undefeated teams. Them in Kansas City. Both teams are on their byes this week, so those two still remain undefeated. I didn't see that. I did not see this whole division being very competitive this year. I didn't. I thought it was pretty much a two-team race between Green Bay and Chicago. I thought Minnesota would fight for a wild card spot at best. And I didn't even bother to even mention or even talk about the Bears this much offseason because I'm thinking, I'm not sold on Caleb Williams and I'm not sold on that team as a whole. But here they are, 4-2. But the biggest question is, Big Dog, are you sold on the Bears?
Yeah, I am. And it's more so because of the defense. So here's the thing. Offense is finally catching up to the defense. The defense been consistent all 6 weeks, in and out. They had one blunder, but you know it was kind of a good game. I can't exactly recall who it was, but now that offense is catching up with the defense, hey, big bro. And just a caveat, I just want to say this: Sam Darnold, a former New York Jets quarterback, who knew? Bro, they won Zach Wilson good game away from being totally jokes. It's like Sam Darnold out there saving the Minnesota Vikings. So, but yeah, I'm buying some Bears stock, and I think it's good stock right now.
Yeah. Here's the thing that's keeping me from buying into the Bear stocks. You beat the Titans. I'm not sold on the Titans.
Yeah.
You beat the Rams, who are literally a whole got a whole wing in the hospital of all the injuries that they got. You beat the Panthers. Come on now. I gotta say more. You beat the Jaguars. I don't think I need to say much more about the Jags than I can about the Panthers. So here's what's here. Okay, so I wasn't the biggest fan of Caleb Williams. I like his, I think he has great athleticism. He can do some magical plays. I just wasn't sold on him being the best quarterback prospect coming into the draft because I don't think he can read defenses. I still think he can. I just think that with some of these wins that they've gotten and just looking at their schedule, I got buyers beware because I just did the same thing with the Bills, where I seen you beating lower tier teams, but against stiffer competition, what is it really going to be like? And I'm looking at their schedule. So Commanders, Cardinals, Patriots, 49ers, Seahawks. Those are your other teams that are not in your division. And then they still haven't played a divisional game yet.
Yeah.
So you got Packers, Lions, Vikings. So that's 6 games plus 5 games outside your division. There's 11 games left. I can't really say that I would favor you in any of those 11 other games against some of these other different competition. Okay, you can hang with the Cardinals. Okay, you can do that. That's fine. You can hang with the Patriots because they don't have no offense. Okay, so that's 2 out of 11 games. So say they win those 2. Those are maybes. There's 6 wins right there. Those other 9 games, I can't favor you over the Packers twice, the Lions twice, the Vikings twice. I can't favor you over the Commanders, the way that they're looking right now. I can't favor you over the 49ers. I don't even think I could favor you over the Seahawks.
I think the only thing that could help the Bears if D Swift stay hot. It took him a little while. He just really got going these last 2, maybe 2.5 weeks if you want to count that 3 weeks ago game. But in the defense, for whatever reason, the Bears keep some good defense out there, man, and that's what they hang their hat on. The big question mark, like you said, I'm not sold on Caleb Williams one bit, and I'm sorry, respectfully, I'm too old school for the nail polish. I can't get with that. Like pink phone cases and nail polish. What I'm saying in that regard is when you test it, when you put up against the gauntlet, are you going to, still be that quote unquote Heisman? Are you still going to have all that flair and be so braggadocio? Because we've seen this movie before, that came into the league. So you're right, though. They're getting a lot of leeway this first on the front end of their schedule. And that test going to start kicking in because I hadn't even noticed that that's a fact. They ain't played nobody in the division yet. And those are going to be your toughest games.
Man, that's why I can't. Sometimes when I look at certain teams who are doing well, I got to look at their schedule and see exactly what you got coming up, who you're playing. And I got to see how you measure up against those other teams before I can buy stock on you. I already got bit once by doing that with Buffalo. I can't do that no more. I'm not going to make myself look foolish again by buying stock to a team when all you keep beating is bottom feeders. I got to see you beat the big dogs, man. I mean, that's just one thing that that I'm looking to see. Give me a game or a team that you was really impressed week 6 action in the NFL.
I was looking at this. Hold on, because let me look at their schedule because I was going through the schedule and I almost said the Bengals, but I'm not sold on the Bengals, man. That's another team I'm not really high on. I like Joe Cool. That's one of he's my quarterback right now in fantasy. But to be frank, somebody that's impressing me, the Lions, if I dare say, and The Buccaneers. The Buccaneers keep eking out wins. They keep eking out division wins too. So those are like double wins sometimes, considering that if you win your division, you in the playoffs. So so it's kind of like a tie between those two. I've been impressed. I thought the Lions was going to fall off, and I thought same thing with the Bucs. I'm like, Baker had a decent year last year, but every game this year they've been in the mix, or at least gotten a victory. Who you got on your side?
Yeah, just to add some other stuff to that, the Buccaneers look like they took out all their frustration from Hurricane Milton on the Saints yesterday.
Oh yeah.
It's like, we had to be in this city all week. We got to go back to Tampa. We don't know what the hell the city looked like. We're going to take it out on somebody. The Saints, come get his ass over here. Come on down. Y'all scored 27 points in the first half. Guess what you get in the second? Nothing.
Nada. And you know what, man? Before you throw I'm just gonna say this. Every time I'm starting to get hot on the team, because I still got your guys three-peating. I got the Chiefs three-peating. That's where my money is. But it's kind of like how you said with the Bills. Every time I start liking a particular team, they get smacked around. Because I started off week 1, Falcons this, Falcons that. They lost to the Steelers on field goal. So it's just a lot of mixed bag. I'm gonna say the Lions and the Bucs this week, bro. Let's talk about it again next week.
Oh, of course. Say what you want. I hate to say this. I just got to do it, man. The Baltimore Ravens look damn good, man. That was and I got to say this as well. The Commanders look good in the losing effort. Yes, it's just crazy. I never give nobody the moral victory because I don't believe in moral victories. But the Commanders still look good. I mean, it's. Jaden Daniels, I think he did some things in there. I do like the Lions, so I love your take on that. The only thing that scares me with the Lions and the Commanders, obviously losing Aiden Hutchinson, I want to see what the defense is going to look like without him for the rest of the year. And then with the Commanders, they had a big loss. Jonathan Allen, who's one of their key pieces up front on the defensive side, he's out for the rest of the season. So I got to see what those two teams look without those key pieces on the defensive side. But no, I mean, but on the flip side of that coin, the team that disappointed me the worst, I mean, to be honest, man, it was the Broncos. I was starting to buy stock in them, and then they just got whooped up at home. I get it's a division game, but that 23-16 game is not indicative of what the game really looked like. Chargers controlled. J.K. Dobbins just resurged his career.
I was staring at his name in my draft. I'm like, J.K. He had him, Justice Hill, all the Ravens running back. At least all had a good game last year. Gus Edwards.
Yep.
But dude, if I would have known, if you could predict the future, I will say this to your Ravens take, Toby, bro. We've seen this movie before. We've seen Lamar go off. We've seen him tear up the league now. King Henry doing his thing too, but he was doing it in Tennessee. So I like the dual threat that they got going on right now. They was the number 1 seed last, and we was all, I don't know. We had the Super Bowl poster. Everybody was feeding into that. Ravens and 49. Oh yeah, Ravens and 49ers. Everybody fed into it. Me too. I got a video in my catalog, conspiracy theoried out, but. Soon as they came down, rubber hitting the road, and especially their only real test is your guys. If you can't beat Mahomes and the Chiefs, then this is all for naught. This reminds me a lot of the Peyton Manning, Tom Brady rivalry, where every year Peyton Manning was 50 touchdowns, 70,000 yards, this, that, and the third. But every time you linked up with, Belichick and Brady, he looked normal. So I'm just nervous about the Ravens,
I feel you. But I will say this: as a Chief fan, I'm glad we got them out the way we want, because they're right now. Just right now, doesn't mean that all that stuff is going to transfer to the playoffs. It doesn't mean anything. I'm just saying right now, especially in the AFC, Ravens are still one of those top teams that are hey man, you better get them early because you don't want to see them when they start getting cooking. And right now, that duo of Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry is cooking. They're cooking. Let's flip this to we got about 5 minutes left in the show. NCAA, man, had some I will say this. I know Colorado lost, but the way that they played against Kansas State and the way that they've been playing this year, I think it's fair to say that they are a totally different team than last year. I'm not calling them a playoff team. I'm not doing that, folks. I'm just saying you can visibly see that they are better than what they are last year. All right, that's all I'm saying. But what's your thoughts on them, fellas, man?
I think Deion is just selling sunglasses, big bro. I think that's what he's doing out there. Respect. He got the college kids dripped out. Shout out to Drip, Moco, Coach Drip and everything. I think he just out there merch. Travis Hunter, he injured. Shadow, it don't look like he's looking too good. And me, Shador is really the only one that I'm really invested in because Shador pulls off miracles. When he gets some time to throw the ball, he looks like an NFL quarterback. But I'm not sure how that looks like we talked about last week. In the Big 12, I would love to see Shador go up against Alabama one time just to see what he look like. But Coach Prime selling merch.
Selling merch. Let me see. Hey, I ain't even gonna lie. I got the first couple of pairs of them blenders. Hey, shout out to Blenders. I rock y'all every show. Y'all, hey man, I keep tagging y'all in these clips because I want you to pay attention because I want you to go ahead and get your boy a sponsorship. That's all I'm saying. It's all about that. Yeah, you're with the sponsorship. But the other pairs that he dropped this year, I ain't even gonna lie. I got them on the back order. I'm at the cop them when my money get right because insurance is fly. So he's doing a good job selling them shades though. But
good looking shades. Now, I ain't gonna hold good looking shades, but he out. That's all it is. They happen to win some games, thankfully. But your Prime looking at them merch sales right before he look at the box score.
Hey man, we actually got a good game in the overrated coaches bowl. Between Ole Miss and LSU, man. LSU was off the dub in overtime. But what do you think about coaches like your man Lane Kiffin in Ole Miss, and then coaches like Ryan Day, who once again can't beat a top 5 team? What do you think about coaches like that, man?
Well, Ryan Day, and I said this, that Oregon and Ohio State game was one for the ages, definitely a classic. I can't be mad at how Ohio State went out there and played. I mean, it was no defense to be found in that game. But that's the same for the Oregon's defense. It just happened that they scored one more point. So I'm not upset with Ryan Day. I'm still still got him on the hot seat. But man, I've been calling for Lane Kiffin job since when they dropped a nasty game earlier. I think it was to Kentucky or somebody. Yeah, that's when I say, hey man, I want to believe in Ole Miss. I like Jackson Dart and what they got going on, but I do not believe in Lane Kiffin. Everywhere he go, he dropped the ball, especially in them primetime games. I think he like 0 forever in the primetime game. So,
Man, I'll be trying to tell you, man. Hey, some of these coaches, man, you better get right, get tight, because you keep playing around. It's gonna be your last day coaching at that university for sure. Now, one coach I got to give his credit to because I've always been very loud and boisterous on him being behind the times. I give Dabo Swinney his credit. He's turned Clemson around after losing that first game, and he got them boys rolling. They looking like they, Deshaun Watson, Trevor Lawrence, Clemson, putting up 40 points damn near every week since that loss. So I give Clemson and I give Dabo his credit. All right, I'm big enough when I'm loud and boisterous in negativity. I'm gonna be loud and boisterous same way on the other end of that coin. So I got to give Dabo his props on figuring some things out and got that offense, which was weird that we've all of a sudden your offense struggling. Like, bro, like we've never been worried about your offense. Why is it struggling all of a sudden? But He got them going. Oh, you know what it was? They got rid of DJ Ugalele that's down there in Florida State. That's why.
Yeah,
Better.
thank God. Move of the year. That probably saved him his job.
He probably did. He was like, man, if you want to go and jump in that portal, man, I don't blame you, bro. Like, go ahead. So yeah, it might have saved him. Alabama, man, nail biter. Oof.
Yeah. They playing out there, man. I don't know what Alabama going on. They got that win, and they just been playing with their food ever since then. But I'll tell you the team I'm most impressed with, big bro, is Boise State. It's like every time they gonna fall off the cliff. That Ashton Jinky kid, man, he about to break Barry Sanders' collegiate records. I'm not sure if you know, he trending towards it.
The truth. Now I tried to not knock on him, but I was like, man, who has he played? And he really hasn't played too many great teams. I know his stats against Oregon, he had like 25 carries, almost like $150 and 2 TDs. So you look at Oregon as probably his stiffest competition so far in his schedule, and he did the same thing that he's doing against these other teams against Oregon. So take that as you may. But what I'm saying is I'm still looking for, I'm still looking for him to do something great, against some stiffer competition. But at the end of the day, I can't knock him for what he's doing because it is consistent. We'll see how far Boise can go. I know they already lost to Oregon, so they're ranked 17th right now. All you got to do is just jump 5 more spots, and we'll see you against a stiffer competition. So I want to see if they can make that happen, because I would love to see him in playoff contention. I want to see what he can do against the big boys.
Hey, you know what? My one thing I gotta give him is that everybody in the gym or everybody on the football field know that Boise went through him. Ain't nobody do nothing about it.
Oh, that's the craziest thing. He's about to get the ball damn near every play and still can't. Nobody's found an answer to stop them. But as of right now, we just got to say it, man. Texas is number one.
Yeah.
Big game this week. Mm-hmm. Because if you ask me, I got more faith in Georgia being a top 2 team than any of these other teams ranked at the top. Because obviously Texas, they deserve that number 1. They are just that damn good. They did not lose a step bringing Quinn Ewers back in, as I predicted a couple of weeks ago. I figured they would let Arch Manning get all these starts in between. But when it came to Oklahoma, Red River shootout, Quinn was going to be back in.
Mm-hmm.
And he's definitely going to be back in against Georgia.
Oh, yeah. It is, bro. The win might get that they number 1 spot back. They able to get this game. But I said this earlier, if they lose this game, I don't want to hear too much more from Georgia. Come on, man. Y'all can't be, front running. That's my number 1. I think that's the number 1 stand in sports. Don't be beating up little dudes. And then when it's time for you to go Imano, you coming up short. So,
hey, but at the same time, I'll say this: even if they lose, so there'll be the 2 losses. Hey, man, a lot of these teams we got to be thankful, bro, for this new playoff seeding, bro, to get these 12 teams in, because if you still dominant and good and can beat some other teams, man, them 2 losses don't look too bad on your resume, and especially depending on who you lose it to, too. If you're losing to Tennessee Tech, backyard state, Cookout U, I understand you not getting into this playoffs with 2 losses, but you over here, a back and forth victory or defeat to Alabama. I can dig that. A close loss to Texas, if that was to happen, I got no issues putting you into to the 12-team playoff, because at the end of the day, I don't always go off looks. I get off a record, I should say, but I'm going off what you look like when you're playing.
Right.
How are you losing? Are you losing in blowouts or are you losing in competitive games where you just, a mistake cost you, or a bad snap or a missed field goal cost you? I'm looking at more than just your record. So, I mean, we'll see when we get closer to end of December when it comes to these 12-team playoffs. But, you always got to talk about a little college football drama leading up to it, baby.
The best part of it. That's the best part.
Oh yeah. And
like you said, with this 12 game, I just think it's making things a lot more interesting. We might get a 3-loss team in the mix, as far as top dogs, depending on how the rest of the season go.
Oh yeah, of course. Because if Georgia can't, you're in the SEC. That's possible. They can definitely be at that conversation table with 3 losses. There's a possibility the way the Alabama keep playing with their food, they might catch a couple of more losses. As you see every week in this SEC, because they are the most premier college football division of them all. It's going to be a dog-eat-dog world. They're going to smack each other around. So, there's a huge possibility in that for sure. Anything else you want to talk about before we get up out of here, big dog? Anything that's been pressing on your chest that you like? Yeah, I gotta drop a bomb on somebody, dog.
This ninja Paul George. This ninja. You can't wait to the playoffs, dog. You can't wait to the playoffs, bro. I've been wanting to bomb on him all day, bro. Just other pressing business.
He already bro, the hyperextending in preseason, bro. Preseason?
Like, what you do? That's just a matter of stretching. That's pregame warm up, bro. Man. Podcast P. They hit him again for another max deal. And we already got Kawhi. He ain't gonna be available for the season opener. It's been reported. The NBA gonna be a funny business. And I don't know if you know, man, your Lakers. Well, not your LeBron's Lakers right now. He ain't taking no more Bronny questions. He ain't taking no more Bronny questions.
Well, he ain't taking no more Bronny questions in preseason, bro. You got a whole 82-game schedule where Cats is about to ask you all kinds of questions about Bronny. You about to ignore them for another 82 games, bro?
I'm like, why would you go on Twitter and say this man was better than half of the NBA and could get Lakers minutes right? Why would you do that, bro? And then I'm gonna ask you, because I've seen them talking about it on Man Down a little bit. Shout out to Mel and those fellas. They had a good conversation about it, as far as half of the room was saying I would have did the same thing, and half of the room was saying otherwise.
No. I don't cap for my children.
Amen. Say it again.
I don't cap for my children. Look, if I'm not gonna say nothing nice about my children, I'm just not gonna say nothing at all.
Exactly. And if I'm gonna say best ever, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, big bro, but I was gonna say if I'm gonna go ahead and be like, hey, you the best ever, I'm looking at my son in his eyes and telling him that I'm not going to 28 million people that's following me on Twitter and putting him on a target on his back. Because best believe everybody gunning for Bronny, and the G League ain't gonna get no better for him,
bro. Look, all right, we gonna do some overtime on tonight's show. I don't give a fuck. We ain't got nothing. That's what we do.
I'm wide open.
Fam, we didn't already talked about this man is the most talked about 55th pick ever in NBA history. All right. Look, I don't give a damn about the nepotism because nepotism happens all in life. All right. Yeah. I ain't tripping about that nepotism shit. I don't care because to be fair and to be honest and frank, folks that look like me and you, Tony, we don't get a lot of nepotism. All right. So I don't care. All right. I don't care. All right. Look, he got his son drafted. Cool. Whatever. The Golden State said that they were going to draft him. They said they were going to draft him. I don't know how true it is or not. But regardless, he gets drafted. We know why. It is what it is. I don't care. But what you can't sell me on is what I've been watching on the games and think that that's an NBA player. That's what you can't sell me on. All right? Matter of fact, I've seen better basketball from, like you said, I've seen better basketball from G Leaguers.
I've seen better basketball in the WNBA. None of them girls can jump over $1, but I'm over here more entertained. Meet Caitlin Clark versus Bronny. Bronny cooked.
Cook.
I do want to say this too, though, bro. Like you said to that nepotism, I'm not. See, it's not so much why. You know what I mean? Because why Bronny's in the league, that's cool. Your pops put you in the game, all right. Cool. But how? My question is how? What has he done to say he's qualified for this? I could see if Bronny was averaging 10 to 15 points a game. Give me that. The man he's been putrid in high school. He wasn't the best high schooler. There was at least 6 dudes better than him in USC. You just didn't hear about their names because Bronny. G League, you had dudes coming out of nowhere outperforming you. And then this mic. And then now we in the NBA. You're not even averaging 1 point a game, brother. One, not 0.7, 9% from the field. And it's like, bro, at some point, I'm sorry, I understand. And I posted on LeBron James Twitter, because I seen he wasn't taking questions no more. I posted on Bronny's stat. I'm like, hey, brother, I wouldn't talk about this neither. You know what I mean? Like, that ain't my blood. Who goddamn garbage baby is this?
but now you mad because now you don't want to take no more questions. Well, I mean, you gotta understand, Brian. Like you kind of set yourself up for this, dog. Like, what do you mean you ain't taking no more questions? No, these cats. Look, these individuals, men and women, have a job to do as journalists. Amen. And they're going to ask you that question. Whether you sit up there and say you ain't taking no more questions, all right, that's fine. I'm gonna keep asking them.
Right.
I'm gonna what you gonna do? You gonna ban me? What I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah. He might unfollow you on Twitter like he did Rachel Nichols and Kendrick Perkins.
By all means, hurt my feelings by unfollowing me. So hurt. But bro, if Brian ever came on the podcast, I'm still asking the questions.
Yeah. And you know the crazy part. I'm sorry this is happening to your Lakers. Honestly, big bro, because as long as I've been alive, the Lakers have been a prestigious, not just basketball team, sports organization.
Yes.
And all of the sports and what he has done to them, man. I know Kobe rolling over in his grave. I know Mr. Buss rolling over, George Mikan. It's like, brother, man, you had one job. All you had to do was make the Lakers relevant again. And you out here got us being laughed at, mocked, and it's getting to the point where it's nowhere else to go. It's like you ruined your legacy. You ruined your legacy. You said you made all your teammates better, and your son pull up. Nigga came from your loins, and he's trash.
I'm gonna say it is. Yeah. And he make him better. He just might be the GOAT. Because you got him. That's a miracle, bro. That's a miracle, bro.
How?
And hey, I ain't look. I just proposed a question. I ain't got an answer for that question, dog.
That's good journalism. That's good journalism.
Hey fam, I ain't got no answer to make that one better. I don't. But the crazy now, to be fair, if this was Bryce in this situation, I wouldn't have cared because Bryce could hoop.
Right, facts.
Bryce. Now, when Bryce comes out, you move mountains to get him to the Lakers. I ain't tripping because you can sell me on Bryce being an NBA player because he's a top high school recruit. You know, there's gonna be colleges banging down Bron's door trying to get him to come to their college for at least 1 year. Right? You can sell me on Bryce. You can do that. I have no issue with the nepotism part. I don't give a damn. You can sell me on Bryce being an NBA player. And here's the thing, bro. It's not just me or you saying that Bronny's not an NBA player. It's the whole world.
Yeah.
Majority of the whole world is looking at this like, this dude ain't no NBA player, bro. This dude he ain't ready for this.
You know it's crazy when the media, you got Kendrick Perkins going against the grain, Nick Wright going against the grain. Like these dudes wouldn't dare speak a word against LeBron James. But when they come to Bronny, and I'm sure Brian did had a meeting with Clutch Media. Hey, be cool on my son. It's to the point where we can't, bro. At this point, we ain't doing our jobs. It's already enough covering up they do for Brian. Let's be 100. They cover up a lot of his flaws and his BS. But when your son is literally going out here, man, and not putting up, I think he only put up 2 points in 3 or 4 preseason games, and now they talking about sitting them. He ain't playing no more. It's like, bro, y'all trying to hide, like you say, something stank in the room. Yeah, you can't tell me ain't nothing rotten out here, but
right. Now, the thing is, like, all right, so here's the good part about Bronny's game. He gives an effort on defense. I can respect it. Is he going to make a couple of assists in the game? Cool. I'm cool with that. But you know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like a G Leaguer.
Yeah. Participation trophies, really. Like everybody doing that. I could go out, bro, me and you could go out there and average 4 assists a game. Like, hey, go ahead, out of you. You know what I'm saying? You 9, you 6'9", you supposed to go catch it, but you know what topples it all is JJ Redick, man. What do you think? What do you think his coaching is going? Because right now, I don't know if you ever seen that Cowboys meme, big bro. When it was like preseason, we're going to the Super Bowl. The first couple games in, that little cycle. You ever seen that meme? Yeah. I think the Lakers are writing that. Oh yeah, JJ Redick is cool. Come about 20, 30 losses in, where he might get the Darvin Ham treatment. Maybe not. I don't know. What you think?
I thought they should have kept Darvin Ham.
Respectfully.
Because look at what he at least getting you. He got into a Western Conference Finals and he gotten you to the first round, and so he's 2 years, 2 playoff appearances.
Mm-hmm.
That roster.
Yeah, right. Facts.
You talk about miracles being made. You talking about Jesus walking on water, turning water into wine. What do you think Darvin Ham just did? He is one step on walking on Lake Erie from being Jesus.
Facts. You got LeBron not sticking not a lick of defense out there. You got that team in the Western Conference Finals. They did Darvin Ham dirty. And shout out to Doc Rivers. He bought that up when the Lakers went up against the Bucks. They were like, nah, he hold back. He was like, nah, the Lakers did my dude dirty. That's why I had to give him a job. You know what I mean? He made a job for Darvin Ham to come back to the Bucks. So I respect that.
Bro, I absolutely don't understand how in the world you literally just have this man that has at least given you a resemblance of some type of success, a resemblance of something. Now look, Lakers fans have gave me hell because I said, all right, that 2020 little Mickey Mouse bubble championship was the most biggest bullshit in the world. And they know it. They won't admit it. I'm a realist, bro. Like everybody will say, oh, well, everybody had the same time off, but not everybody is in the same situation. You talking about a guy that was LeBron's 40 now, so he was 36.
Mm-hmm.
And look at what he's doing since being in the Lakers uniform. We've never had questions about his durability, but ever since he's put on a Lakers uniform, we got a question about his durability.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We make the jokes about AD being street clothes. All right. That man fart too hard, his back might go out. All right. You can't tell me, and you cannot sell me on anything that 3-month layoff between the season getting stopped and when they picked it up and went to the bubble, a 3-month layoff, that didn't benefit an aging LeBron James and an often hurt AD more than anybody else. You cannot sell me on that. Like, to me, you got to use your common sense. If I get a 3-month layoff for a guy that's aging and clocking major minutes year in and year out, and I got a guy who literally, if he turned his head too quick to the left or to the right, he might break his neck. You can't tell me a 3-month layoff of just chilling at the crib didn't benefit them the most. Come on now, you can't sell me on that.
Yeah.
So I didn't like the fact. I mean, it even showed in Bron's game. He looked rejuvenated. He's like, oh
yeah,
ready to play basketball again. You know, he's like, I got a 3-month layoff. I'm ready to ball, baby. So you can't sell me on that layoff didn't help them.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say too that and you win the championship, like you say, bro. College football is how you win. You beat a Miami Heat shorthanded, and I don't know. I just can't respect that because the same cats, LeBron. Do you mind if I say it? Dom don't like it when I say Bron sexuals. So I'll be like the LeBron James community. But the Bron sexuals will sit here and talk you down about everybody else's competition, who Jordan went up against. They can't play that card with Kobe, but they'll tell you about Jordan playing plumbers. But y'all gonna accept that LeBron beats a 5th seed Miami Heat. Jimmy Butler out here chasing Rachel Nichols around. Goran Dragic injured. This is pre-Bam Adebayo. Bam wasn't really who he is now.
Mm-mm.
It's like I can't respect the bubble ring, and it's hard for me to respect LeBron. I ain't got him in my top 100. I'm gonna be frank. I got him right underneath Derek Fisher. I got Derek Fisher at exactly 100. I got Bron at 101, and I think I got like Frank Vogel. Did he play? Scott Skiles.
Hey, I'm so clipping that just for shits and giggles, bro. That is wow. Hey, I know you just said I don't even got my top 100.
Derek Fisher in my top 100 players all time. Bron 101.
Hey, bro.
Get him out of here, man. Why is he still here? He was older than my daddy, bro. Why are you still here, man? It's crazy.
Hey, man. I mean, there's certain aspects of his game that I can respect. Hey, playing this long, 40 years old at a high level, respect. But I still think he still has flaws in this game. I don't know how you always get to the free throw line, but you're a terrible free throw shooter. I never understood that. He hasn't always been the greatest of jump shooters. But I mean, I'm just being honest, bro. It's just some things like, I've never bought into what he's brought to the Lakers. I thought he hasn't, lived up to what our franchise has always done, which is win or bust, and it's been more bust than win. That's just how I feel about it ever since he's been a Laker. But bringing in his son and you trying to sell me on him being an NBA player, nah, bro, I can't buy that stock. I'll go broke before I ever buy that stock, bro.
Let me ask you a question, bro, because I did a little pre-recording on this. I don't know if you tapped into his show on Netflix, The Starting Five. You checked that out yet? Or had an opportunity? Did you even hear about it?
Man, nah, man. I didn't even hear about it. Nah.
You good, right? I didn't expect it to. Sometimes I gotta get off my work just to see what's going on out here because I get the. But this man, the cap don't stop with LeBron. This man said he been the face of the NBA since he was 18. Now, just to put things in context, and when he first said it, I just kind of let it go through one ear and out the other. But we got to remember, LeBron James came into the league in 2003. What was going on in 2003? Well, we was mourning the retirement of Michael Jordan. 1. 2, we still had Kobe and Shaq. The Kobe and Shaq duo was still going on. We had the Greg Popovich.
Oh, yeah. Now, but before you get right,
can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, my damn mic done ran my little podcast thing. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. But yeah, he said that he been the face of the NBA since he was 18 years of age, and I just think that's total cap when you really think about what was going on in 2003. You had T-Mac and the Houston Rockets still relevant. We still thought him and Yao Ming was going to be doing something dangerous. Kevin Garnett in the Timberwolves, that was a little bit before LeBron. KG had his run about 2001, 2002. But I just want to get your take on that. Do you think he's been the face of the league since he was 18?
Man, why that man had to go on his own media company and tell a lie like that?
Just big cap.
Look, I understand you being confident in your game and all that, but we ain't gonna act like Kobe Bryant just didn't exist.
That's what I'm.
We ain't gonna act like the Spurs. Matter of fact, that was the second coming of the Detroit Pistons by the time he started in the league. They were having their run, but we still ain't gonna act like the Spurs weren't the best team that waxed his ass in that 07 finals. In a sweep. So if I'm correct, that's at least 4 years of good basketball that had absolutely nothing to do with LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, Kobe Bryant was still in his prime for the Redemption Olympics, and that was 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Or was it 2008? But still, 2000. If it was 2008, that's still almost 5 years of good basketball where you were not the face of the NBA league. Matter of fact, y'all needed Kobe in his last few good years to come help y'all on the redemption team to win that goal.
Jason Kidd too.
Bro, how we talking about a guy that got guarded by J.J. Barrera and Jason Kidd in his old and golden years, losing finals?
Man.
And that was what, 2010, 2011?
Mm-hmm. Prime Bron, nice and strong.
But you're getting guarded down by little J.J. Barrera and Jason Kidd, who's aging, and you couldn't beat. Dog, if you looked on paper, there was no way that Mavericks team should have won that finals.
Oh no, hell no! That Mavericks team wasn't supposed to beat Brandon Roy and the Blazers. They wasn't supposed to beat nobody that they beat. KD and them, Kobe and them. They definitely wasn't supposed to beat up no Miami Heat. But I was telling my little cousin, because he had LeBron here, but I was telling him about this because he's the one that actually put me on the series. I was telling him, like, bro, LeBron in 03, probably all the way up until about 2010. 03 definitely. 03, 04, he was an afterthought. We had the same expectations for LeBron back then that we got for Anthony Edwards right now. Anthony Edwards cool. We like him and he do his thing. But I'm not putting Anthony Edwards before I put Luka. I could think of 10 teams better than, well, I ain't gonna say 10. I could think of 10 players that I would put in the mix as far as competing for a championship before I put Anthony Edwards in there. And that's where LeBron was at. He had all the marketability, the commercials, everybody knew his name. He was a household name, but face of the league, where's my hat? Where's my hat? Yeah. Absolute, man.
If you're the face of the league, not only are you the best player, but you're winning.
Say it again, bro. Say it again.
I mean, when Kobe was the best player, matter of fact, he with 2009, 2010, when he went back to back without Shaq, he was the best player in the league, and he won.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Kobe was definitely. I would say he was the face of the league, and it was kind of like Kobe wasn't always winning year in and year out, but everybody was Kobe in their backyard. Everybody from 2000 to 2010, at least you was Kobe in the backyard.
No, all the time. Hell, Dave Chappelle made a skit with the rubber, Kobe.
Facts. That's funny.
Like, come on, man. I look. There's no look. I ain't got an issue with confidence. Just be real.
Right.
I think
watch my bad.
I think one of the things that really bothers me with LeBron is he likes to narrative control. He likes to think that the people he's talking to are not smart enough to catch on to the game that he's trying to feed. And it just doesn't come off organic. It comes off so forced. It's nothing genuine about it. And that's why it rubs me the wrong way. And I'm looking at this dude like, then you compare it with all the flopping and the acting you're doing on the court. That I hate that. So then you keep adding elements on elements on elements that makes me just like lose sports respect for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't rock with it. I mean, I'll give the man his credit when it's due and when he finally hangs up the shoes, because he will go down as one of the most talked about sports NBA players, basketball players, or just athletic figures in history of sports. Yeah, they're going to be talking about him when he retires. Yeah, but to say that he's the greatest.
Yeah, now we gotta. And my thing is, LeBron for like the last 5 to 7 years has been trying to rewrite history. Like that was the whole point of the Mind the Game podcast. Low key, that first episode, he did what he said he was going to do. The X's and O's. Him and JJ Redick up there acting like they were smarter than they are. Cool, I like that episode. But as soon as episode 2 came out, he get the I ain't have enough help. We had a bunch of vet minimums on that 2011. He literally said this. Like, we had a lot of players that was on veteran minimums. It's like, come on, bro. Like you
okay,
just
so here's a problem. All right, so I can probably say his first run in Cleveland, if he was just talking about that, I could possibly give him that he didn't have enough help. I can probably give him that.
But you can't though, big bro. Because if you go back and look at them stats, that Cleveland Cavaliers team was number 1 in defensive rating. They was putting up, they was stopping stuff. They had Big Z. He had a rim protector. And they was the number 1 3-point shooting team from like multiple years. Mo Williams was an all-star. You had Boobie Gibson bail him out multiple times. That's how we know who Boobie is, because this man was hitting big shot after big shot. That was not Brian. And I believe it was the game that actually the game that they sealed in the Eastern Conference Finals that got them to the 2007 NBA Finals. Boobie Gibson, he had to seal the deal. So it just comes down to this whole, and I'm thankful. I said this too. Like, I'm so thankful I was born at that time, because like my little nephews, my little cousins, they be, well, LeBron this, but y'all was born in 2009, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just not getting into your own. All you know is Instagram and Twitter, and it's like, if you've been watching LeBron's career on Instagram and 2K, yeah, you probably think he's the greatest. You know what I mean? 2K.
And I noticed something. It's also generational about, because it's rare that you see older guys call LeBron the GOAT. I mean, there are some stands that are our age that call him the GOAT. But you see, I think it's a generational thing, because you see a lot of these younger kids look at highlights and, like you said, the little TikTok reels and Instagram reels, and they're seeing, oh man, look at that dunk, look at that pass. We're not looking at 48 minutes, and that's the issue. I think that's what kind of drives me crazy with the whole LeBron narrative or talk around his name, is because I'm like, are we watching the same basketball games? Because I'm talking about not highlights. Anybody can watch highlights. I'm watching the 48 minutes, bro. I'm watching the flow. I'm watching how is everybody else getting, are they able to get worked into the flow of the game? How the rotation's looking. Who works well with Brian? Who doesn't work well with Brian? That's what I'm looking at. Because at the end of the day, athletically, for what he's doing, being a 6'10" point guard, hey, ooh, he's basically doing what Magic doing, just in a different body type, which I respect. But you can't sell me on the fact that you're all these assists, all these rebounds, all these points, or organically just obtained. You can't sell me on that. You can't sell me on the fact that a guy who only has a small arsenal, besides being big and running like Derrick Henry towards the cup, is something that the ooh and ah about. Okay, right. He's the size of a D end. Good for him. But if your only move is going 100 miles per hour at the rim, okay, what are you going to do when I plug the middle? What are you going to do? Because he's not fluid. I mean, there's really no bag to LeBron. He's never been a consistent shooter. I mean, we talking about this guy like he's doing something that is so unimaginable. I'm like, I never bought into it. People call me a Brian hater. So what? I don't care. Yeah. I just think I'm talking about there's other elements of basketball that I prefer. Give me my Kobe. Give me my Mike. You know, hell, for a certain extent, I would still take KD over Bron.
I'm taking KD right now. LeBron James is a hype machine, big right. Let me ask you this too: what do you got? LeBron James ranked on your all-time list?
I got him on the. I think I got him on the back half of my top 10.
Back half of the top 10.
Yeah, I never had him in my top 5. I damn sure ain't had him as my goal. So
yeah, I got a job to do. I'm gonna put him. I'm gonna get you out. I'm gonna get him out your top 100. You know, I got a job to do. We'll be sending you clips, articles. Like, you can't put this in the top 10, big bro. I'm sorry, respectfully. It's just, and I say that, I'm saying that with a bit of cap. I'm gonna say a teaspoon of cap. But every time I really, because Michael Jordan, this is the thing for me. And it's not so much the same effect with Kobe, but with Michael Jordan, as you analyze his career more and more, you get another tidbit, another diamond out of it. Like, oh, this dude was defensive player of the year, which if you know what I mean, in our generation, it was kind of a bit of we got to enjoy the latter half. We didn't get to see Air Jordan. We got to see Michael Jordan, championship Jordan. So it's the matter of the fact of, like, when you go looking back at them Air Jordan, it's like, this nigga was averaging 28 points as a rookie. Like, we ain't gonna never see that again. Like, imagine Rob Dillingham right now averaging 28. You sound like a damn fool. You get on TV and say that, but you just look at all these tidbits. But the same thing with LeBron. As I start analyzing his career more and more, it gets worse. Because if you look at back when there was legitimate centers, and I'm not even talking about the skyscrapers that Kobe and Jordan had to deal with. I'm talking about Ben Wallace.
yeah,
Ben Wallace was like 6'8" and shutting LeBron down. Anytime he had a legitimate center on the court, and that even goes for Andrew Bogut, a legitimate rim protector, it just looked very differently. Diggs, what's going on, brother? But
here's why I slightly, and I mean slightly give LeBron some grace, because I think the quality of the NBA has gone down with him. And what I mean by that is kind of piggybacking off what you just said. You know, where's my Shaq in this era of basketball? Right. Where's my David Robinson? Where's my Tim Duncan? Where's my Kevin Garnett? Where's my Kobe? Where's my Mike? Where's my and a lot of these guys overlapped each other career-wise. I mean, we got to remember Shaq and Kobe had to beat out Tim and David Robinson. They had to beat out Kevin Garnett and Marbury early in the days of Minnesota and shit like that. Like, you gotta beat out these guys who are going against Hakeem. You gotta beat out Hakeem and shit.
I just put that Sacramento. The only time we ever respected the Sacramento Kings when they was heavy hitters.
Boy,
they had to beat them year in and year out.
Oh, that Chris Webber, Vlade, Peja, Bibby. Sacramento team is a problem, bro.
Yes.
I mean, come on, man. They were a problem. Was it a Basketball Wives husband was on there? Doug Christie. Doug Christie was on there. Yeah.
Doug. He wouldn't give him Kobe. Was that the guy? I think it was Christie, Chris Childs gave Kobe. I think it was Doug Christie that gave Kobe that 2-piece no biscuit.
Chris Childs gave him the biscuit. And by the way, Chris Childs was like that. We can't forget they had dog. There was just, it was like competition everywhere. It was just guys that were good everywhere on every team. There was a guy and he had a good number 2 to run with him, and they were competition year in and year out. I hate to say it, but Bron was the East when he was in his first run in Cleveland. The reason why it stopped is because 08, Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen said enough is enough. I'm tired of this youngin. You know, so I mean, there was a big 3 formed in Boston just to eliminate his dominance in the East. That man really was just going crazy. Matter of fact, we forget. Well, the Bron Sexuals forget that Carmelo Anthony had the better rookie season.
Yeah, facts. And took his team to the playoffs.
And made the playoffs. Bron was sitting at home. But you know, hey man, look, sometimes, like I said, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but sometimes I do think there are things made in favor of certain players because they see the cash cow that comes with it. And I get it. And I get it. Because, and this is what really I think a lot of people, and this is what I would say to youngins who want to get into this content game that we do. You got to be able to understand that it is a business and understand that sometimes things are going to get pushed to the side. And the thing, the more times than not, that's going to get pushed to the side is the actual sport that they play.
That's a good point, bro. The actual product out that you put out there, yeah. We got to promote Bron, man. We got to get him in the finals. We know y'all like this lowly East Coast team, this East Conference team. But yeah, you got to get them in there. I got to ask you too, though, Bobby, before we cut out. I haven't really been seeing enough light. Have you been watching the WNBA finals? Now, caveat, I don't know what these fools is doing. NFL Sunday, they want to put their games on. NFL Thursday, they putting their games on. I'm like, yo, ladies, oh my goodness. I'm not going to keep getting up off my Amazon Prime app to come watch no Breonna Stewart.
So here's the problem. So Thursday, they actually had a great game when it's overtime. But I had to catch the highlights because, you know, I do a Thursday podcast strictly based off of watching Thursday Night Football. So it was hard for me to catch the game live. Yeah, me and Bobby G do a recap Thursday show, specifically just recapping the Thursday
plugs
night.
In there, big bro. Get your plugs now. Plug it in, man.
So me and my man Bobby G do the Thursday night, you know, Audible podcast recap of the Thursday Night Football, and then you know we give our picks for the upcoming week, and as well as we, you know, do like a little power ranking, you know, top 10 teams, kind of like everybody else does. So we do that on Thursday nights, like literally 15 minutes after the game ends. So I didn't catch that game. I caught the highlights, and damn was I mad that I missed a great overtime game that had some great drama towards the end. But the thing is, like we talked about it on the first episode that we did on the collaboration. How are you putting your games on the same day against the NFL? And guess what they did? Game 2 was on a Sunday. Why?
I don't know. That's what I say. It's tough for me. Now Thursday, I watched the entire game, but the Liberty pretty much dominated the first 3.5 quarters. So about, you know, second half, I thought the Lynx would make a run. It was still more the same. The Liberty was just doing their thing, and then all of a sudden they came alive, and that's when I kind of watched the last half of it. But that was the 49ers and the Seahawks game. Yeah. And I was just, you know, I was glued to that.
And it was relatively competitive. So it's hard for you to switch over to that. And then, like we talked about it on a couple of weeks ago, why would you put a game on Sunday? This is your finals. This is your finals. Like, it's week 6 of the NFL. Week 6 of the NFL will beat out your finals every damn time.
Yeah, I ain't doing too much flipping. I check in. I'm looking at this mug right here, like, all right.
Now, good for them. Game 3 is Wednesday, so there's really not too much competition you got to really worry about. I know there'll be some Major League Baseball going, you know, as they're in their conference finals, ALCS and NLCS. You know, but primarily some of those games are kind of like mid-afternoon. Some of them, for the most part, unless they're on the West Coast, and those are later on the East Coast. But there's, you know, you'll be in Minnesota for the next 2 games. So, you know, Central Standard Time, you're talking about, you know, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock my time, about 5 o'clock your time. You know, perfect spot on a Wednesday. At that game, we'll see how much viewers they do. But this is the thing that really kills me with the WNBA. You've talked about it. I've talked about it. Other people who consume the products have talked about it. You can't continue to market your content the way that you're going. You could have, look, by all means, I get it. You know, Clarkians have been driving me crazy. But one thing I can give credit for, you know, whether she asked for it or not, she brought in numbers. She brought in numbers, right?
Right. Yeah.
All right. But my thing is you got to take advantage of this pretty much easy hotbed that was given to you through the draft, and not just Caitlin Clark. I'm talking about that whole rookie class is a hotbed of money to be made right there.
Mm-hmm.
You got to market this shit so much better. You gotta be like so far and beyond of what you've been doing on how to market this place, because you've been subsidized by the NBA for pretty much 20 of your 27, 28 years in existence. So I mean, it's really crazy how your marketing team has failed, and they have completely failed this year. I mean, in regards to not taking advantage of having popularity of the sport go up because of the rookie class, you know, just the way that the women are treated, you know, you're getting stalked to their crib.
Yeah, that's wild. Like, what a security game.
what are we doing? Like y'all just now getting chartered flights?
Yeah, I had no idea. I thought that was a gimme.
No. Cheryl Swoops and Lisa Leslie back in the days probably could have been on your flight if you was flying to the same city they was going to play ball at, bro.
Crazy. Imagine seeing Lisa. What's up, girl? You eat air peanuts too? Yeah, that's crazy.
First thing I would ask is, what you doing in coach?
You and your coach.
Yeah, coach. And the rest of the squad, y'all flying coach? What? Imagine the 4-time back-to-back Houston Comets, Cheryl Swoops and Cynthia Cooper in coach with you.
Yeah. Damn. Let me touch that trophy, man.
They just won their 4th in a row, and you over here passing the WNBA trophy with them.
But you know, I think they kind of, I don't know, maybe they thought Caitlin Clark was gonna make the finals and they were gonna have some kind of, you know, pool, because bro, there's no explanation for this, and I feel bad for the WNBA as a fan of it, because I know casuals ain't gonna stop watching NFL for it. You know, the Caitlin Clark crowd, they boycotting, but they still, you know.
No, the moment she got eliminated, they dipped. Them Clarkians were not there for the product; they were there for her.
No, facts. And it's just like, that's another million. What, 1.5 million you losing out on? And it's just, I think it would be like how we said, it would be better if you could market them. You know what I mean? Like, have some vested interest in these ladies. I mean, they tried the LeBron James formula. You know, like, let's just promote the hell out of Caitlin Clark, and maybe, you know, people will be watching her and like somebody else. And that's just not how you do it. It's too much parity in the WNBA, especially when you got girls, you know, for the lack of the better, I'm gonna say better, but they're competing. They're actually making her compete. So it's like, when you're watching this, like, oh, they're not letting her score. No, game. This is how every game goes. Like, nobody just gets their bars off. It's just crazy.
Here's the crazy thing. I hope they ditch this LeBron method on trying to get marketing quickly, because believe it or not, NBA's just been hard to watch.
Facts.
I can't keep up with the 82 game schedule looking at the same crap of y'all chucking in and just throwing up threes all damn week. Can't do it. Where's the art? Where's the defense? And I sound like an old head. I don't care. But I knew the NBA that I was watching growing up, I got all the elements. I got defense. I got assisting, rebounding. I got the scoring. I got all elements of basketball, the art. I got all of it. I got to see all of it, and that's why I watched it. I can't say that I'm getting all the elements of basketball that make me fall in love with the sport as if I'm getting that in this basketball now, because I don't think I am. That's why it's been hard to watch, and I'll even admit, there's been hard to watch in the playoffs too, because I think we're still getting the same extension of the regular season. And give me hell, bro. They give me hell for this thing that I'm about to say. I said it before. I've been saying it for like the last 5 years. I would rather watch a Stanley Cup playoff hockey game than NBA playoff game.
Damn right.
And people laugh at me. They say, man, you full of shit. I said, have you watched a Stanley Cup playoff hockey game?
Talk to him, bro. Intense. I'm like, hey, I could get with this. And give you the nice intermissions between periods. So it's like, let me go get my beer real quick. And bro, this is a good game.
I'm telling you, I have seen some intense playoff hockey games that will have you going like, damn. So they do more than just fighting. Yes, they be showing all type of skills and athleticism that you thought you could never do on some ice. And when I say it'll fuck up your mind, I'm like, damn, shit is pretty good. And I've been to some live hockey games. It's better live. But it's just as good live as it is sitting on the couch watching the playoff game. But it's better. The atmosphere live is dope, but I'm telling you, people can say what they want. They say, oh man, you lying. All right. If you ain't never watched the Stanley Cup playoff hockey game, they don't even talk to me about this subject. Because the fact of the matter is these dudes go out there, they'll get hit in the mouth, lose a tooth, they'll spit it out and get right back on the ice.
Big facts. And you talking about the concussion game, like them fools got to be at least 2-3 of them night in, night out playing with a concussion because they don't get paid. They only get paid like I think the highest contract I just seen somebody sign a $88 million deal for 8 years. So yeah, he only making him 11. Like he playing for the passion. He playing for the button.
The crazy thing, Tone, them hockey players just start reaching double figures in millions probably about like 10 years ago. So they just now starting to really get into the money where they can have, the 8 years, 68, 78 million. They just now hitting that mark, and they still ain't getting paid relatively close to what I think they should be paid. They play 82 games, but these basketball now, if we being frank, they play 82 games, which I understand, but their product is so less physical. And once you say a hockey or NFL game for sure, or
WNBA game.
Oh,
I ain't seen nobody crying and complaining about LeBron James getting beat up. Like, hey.
Oh, well, no, you can't touch LeBron.
Facts.
Let's call it what it is. You can't touch him. But no, it's like literally NBA players making damn near $60 million, $70 million a year.
Gross.
Just to play pretty much a YMCA pickup game.
Yep.
Because I seen
when the NBA was must see TV, big bro. Do you remember NBA Tuesdays and Thursdays on TNT, Monday and Wednesdays on the ESPN, bro? I remember when you was talking, when you was cooking. I'm like, I remember racing home from school, scribbling on a piece of paper, Mom, done. And catch WWF back in those days. You had to see the Monday Night Raw, had to see the Thursday Night SmackDown, but basketball was right there with it. Like
I'm really about to fuck your mind up.
Big cook, bro.
Bruh, remember Saturday mornings, Ahmad Rashad inside the NBA.
Yeah, facts. Like I got to see this. Interviewing everybody.
Slam magazine.
Facts. Used to collect. I might have one of them mugs around here somewhere. Big stacks.
Bro, I'm talking about when you had basketball at its highest form of popularity. Matter of fact, people probably don't even remember this because the NFL has done a great job at marketing their content. The NBA was getting more views than NFL.
NBC
had the shit on lock. Matter of fact, NBC should be thanking the NBA for how much money that they made together. Come on, man.
Jordan go up against the Knicks. Oh, storyline before the game too, bro. Like, man, get me hyped up, bro.
Marv Albert used to have NBC and then cats making a whole bunch of money with the NBA. What we got now? Matter of fact, we as we get to the last year of the TNT crew, and I don't know what the future is for them, but that's a big part of their game. That if it's going to be gone, you're gonna see Steelers lead.
Yeah,
I don't care what you say.
Yeah,
say what you want, man. Those TNT guys is kind of been some of the reason why I stayed watching regular season games.
No, that's a
because
fact.
they don't get because they work for TNT. They don't get none of the playoff action once the regular season is done. Their job is done, and so you don't see them for the playoffs. So my thing is like you looking at it, and they even TNT crew get some hate. Oh, y'all a whole bunch of old heads. No, man, they played the basketball at the highest form. I'm talking about Olympic, NBA at the highest form. And and it's like, besides Charles, they won. Well, Charles got some medals, but I mean,
and when you say about some of the all-time classic games, all these brothers been in the mix. You can't sit there and tell me that Charles Barkley took a day off. Shaq took it. Well, Shaq just didn't work as hard, but when he was in the game, he was in the game, and especially in his prime.
He was still a factor.
Oh yeah, big Aristotle, big Diesel.
Hey, even when he was slumming for all those teams, he kept trading his jersey in at the end of his career. He was still a factor. He just got chunky and lazy.
Yeah,
started getting knee injuries, so he couldn't cut it no more. But he was still a commodity because teams still wanted him on the team. I mean, hell, there was a point in time he was witness protection, right?
Yeah,
not about that. Okay, yeah. Hey, man, I just call it spade a spade, man. What the product of what I'm seeing with NBA is not the product that I grew up on, because I thought I would never, for the last 5 years, ever say, man, give me the fucking hockey playoff game before I watch this bullshit NBA playoff game. I thought I'd never say that.
Give me a WNBA game, big bro. I love hockey, but right now, I'd rather see the Caitlin Clark Angel Reese narrative for a real basketball player is much more better than any KD LeBron matchup, Steph Curry and LeBron matchup. I ain't tuning in for this, man. Y'all just be, and I will tune in because I'm a faithful, I'm a loyalist to the game. But right now, it's like you said, man, it's the same thing. Everybody playing the same way, and that's why I'm very invested in the post LeBron era, because I think there's gonna be a lot of shakeup, as far as keeping the NBA relevant. You're gonna have to promote these other dudes, Luka and Ja Morant, all of those dudes. They try right now, but it's always somehow, some way come back to LeBron. It's like, bro, come on, bro. Like this, you're ruining the whole product
because what it is the media, and I blame the media for it more than anything, because if you really think about it, they always want to find that one guy who's going to lead their content to the next era. And to be fair, I think it started with Jordan. Hey, this is the guy. Look what he's doing. Look how great he is, and he backed it up.
Right.
And he was smart enough to make the certain deals that he's still eating off them fucking Nike checks till the day he died.
No, you're correct.
So he was smart with his business part on that. Cool. And he pretty much worked a blueprint. But at the same point in time, there's narratives that like to get driven by the media. And I think that it's obvious now that we know this. And those who ain't are oblivious to it or just don't want to admit it. Then it started, then after Jordan, it was a little kind of low. Who's going to be that next guy? Then it kind of jumped to Kobe, and then, as Kobe's winding down his career, I think so a lot of people want to say, and I think this is why Brian said that shit, that cap on his podcast, that he was ace of the league since 2003. because I thought he was feeding into the media because the media was covering him like he was that guy.
Yeah,
But
chosen
purist,
one.
yeah, the chosen one. Come on. And then purists who watch basketball. I mean, you're not gonna sit here and discredit another 7 years of Kobe's dominance just to say that LeBron was a GOAT. Come on, what are we doing?
Right.
Which is another conversation we'll probably have to have another day because we can spend some time on that. Is how the hell they just bypassed Kobe as if he didn't exist to just jump to LeBron. But that's another conversation for another day. But I think there's some of the media shit that they do. They want to hone in on one guy and then call them the face of their league. I mean, they do it in NFL. The moment that Brady took over for the Patriots, he was the face of the league.
Right. Yeah. Facts. If I could just chime in on that one point, bro, what I've noticed is that Kobe wasn't that media darling type. You know, Kobe was, I'm coming to work, I'm coming to win, and I'm coming to take your favorite basketball player out. I don't give a damn if you like LeBron. I'm taking this nigga out. And I don't think the media took to that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think what fucked it up for Kobe was that situation in Colorado.
True. Yeah.
Even though obviously he was absolved of the situation, it literally took Kobe years for people to look at him different. Here, I'll put it to you. I'll put it to the audience like this: how the media and people talk about Deshaun Watson now. They were talking about Kobe that same way with his situation.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The difference is Kobe had the fortune of not having Twitter in social media around.
True.
But
and he was still producing. He was playing his ass off. Hey, forget about that. He go 50. He go 60. You need 81. So
that's a great point that I was about to allude to. The fact of the matter is, I think a lot of people started changing their tune on Kobe is because he was still playing at elite level as he was before the situation happened in Denver, in Colorado. So his game never missed a beat. His game never changed. Yeah. What we're seeing with Deshaun Watson is not the same dude before the situations went down and after. So his before and after are two totally different. Kobe's before and after was the same Mamba on the court. Matter of fact, after the situation, he got better.
Exactly. And everybody used to say, I think it was Dave Chappelle that made a joke about that. He was like, yeah, man, he had to play the haters off his back because they was on him.
They was on his ass. And so like if people remember, man, they was trying to get at Kobe, man. You sick bastard, you this, you're that, you R-word this, you R-word that. You know, whatever slander you see on the Deshaun Watson, it was just as bad. Because they was, especially these mics pick up a lot of things when they got the mics on the court. They were booing this shit out of Kobe. Not only were they booing him, and these mics was picking up names they was calling him, especially when he went to Utah. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and Denver.
Oh, especially Denver when this situation happened. But Utah, Denver was some of the places that they used to give him hell, and he would go in there and drop 40 on them heads and had their whole crowd shush by the time the final buzzer went.
Facts. Yeah, that was a very he took a hit, and I think I was just still kind of learning the game at that point. Because me personally, as a little kid, it's like, well, you hear about that stuff, but that's still my favorite basketball player. You know, I didn't really have the moral maturity to understand, like, man, this dude wilding, like he did what? But I'm glad you really put it in perspective, bro, because that's the craziest part. You know, if Kobe that never happened, then we probably talking about Kobe as that middle, bridge dude figure that bridge.
Not even bridge. I think if he doesn't have that situation in Colorado go down, I think people are talking about Kobe right in the same breath as they do Mike.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, there's no even trying to push Kobe out the way with LeBron if he doesn't have that situation. I just kind of think that had that situation never played out, I think a lot of people's tune would have changed. Me, I've always been a Kobe head. So I hated that situation happened to him. But at the same time, you know, he turned a negative and he turned it into a complete positive. I mean, he literally like he was already a baller before the situation went down. And when I say after that situation, he pretty much created Mamba mentality because of that situation.
That's a good point.
And went to another.
Yeah, I don't remember much about Mamba mentality before. You know, I was kind of like 24.
I remember that shit. But before that situation, wasn't too much Mamba mentality before that situation went down. After, that man was a motherfucking beast.
Yeah.
Goons, what's happening?
What's going on, brother?
What's happening?
What's supposed to have been, man? Goons, I'm supposed to have been linked up with you, man. I'm so sorry, bro. We got. Whew, I just found my backwards LA Kobe's AS. Oh man, we taking them back. Those are the Adidas. Are those the Adidas when he was still with Adidas?
Nah, no. He had the space boots when he was with Adidas. Remember them ugly ass space boots, them Kobe space boots he had? Them shoes were so ugly, bro.
I can't say I did, bro. I was into the Jordan. I mean, just being from Chicago, you know, it was crazy.
Hey, when you get a chance, Google Kobe shoes with Adidas, man. They look like some old space loafers, bro. And they was. And now Goons is talking about the Air Force Ones he had when he went back to Nike, because he ended up going, the white and yellows. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, them shits was fresh. But hey, man, I just really think that this is why it's so important. Why we got to do what we got to do as content creators, because the fact of the matter is these media heads, along with the people who buys into the shit off of social media, they really feed these narratives because that's what's going to happen when LeBron's going to retire. They're going to look at who's going to be the guy that can be the media darling or be the person that we can put as the face of the league. If you notice, they tried to do it with John Morant, but he was too thuggish to try to listen up. And well, he ain't a thug. He wanted to be one. He and that ain't good for the league. Pretty much what they saying is you trying to be too gangster, and that ain't what we like. But they tried to give it to John. Recently, they tried to give it to Ant. If you see the kind of media pull that they've been giving on him, I don't know if it's going to stick with Ant, because eventually they're going to figure out that Ant's too black for that shit.
Yeah. Man's be coming to the preseason games. Hood. Oh man.
And what I mean by that is, did you hear what? Because when they have him on TNT, because they love him over there at TNT, Charles and all them, they love him.
Yeah.
Charles said, "Oh, will we coming to Minnesota? Bring your ass then.
Bring your
bring your ass then. He too black. Look, I don't care that the league is 75% black. They still want a face that can sell across the world. And you got to remember, LeBron can do that. He can sell across the world. Jordan could sell across the world. Believe it or not, it's going to be one of these European guys that they're going to try to make the face, aka Luka.
I think it might be Wemby. Wemby, if he stay healthy. If he stay healthy.
No, that's a good choice too. Because here's the thing: they're going to go for a face that can sell in the U.S. Luka can sell in the U.S. because I know plenty of black folks that rock with Luka. And I know plenty of black folks that rock with Wemby. And then they're going to go for a guy that can sell overseas. Wemby can do that. Him being from France, and Luka can do that. Him from being from Europe as well. So they're looking at the face as a guy that can sell internationally, because the NBA is an international sport now. Now, here's another thing that people don't remember. NBA was just pretty much primarily, this is how that the NBA got so how you see the salaries go up, because and I broke it down to people like this, bro. So imagine a dope dealer. All right, we've seen dope dealers before. At times, all right. All right. So a dope dealer, he can make decent money, being the man in the city. All right. He can keep the lights on, keep food on his table, keep a roof over his head. Now, if he starts crossing state lines, he's making profit.
Yeah.
All right. Now, if he's pushing weight internationally, he's a drug kingpin. There's a difference. See, local money is cool. It keeps the lights on, keeps the roof over your head, keeps the food on the table. And national money is the, hey man, fuck a Nissan, nigga. I got a Lambo.
And I'm also sending hits. I ain't doing that work no more.
Now, if I got international money, I got fuck you money.
Yeah, facts.
All right. And if people don't understand what fuck you money means, is hey, anybody say anything wrong to you or anything? No, it's fuck you. I got enough money to make you disappear. And motherfuckers that only go miss you is your mama and daddy.
Facts.
All right. International money is on such another level. Like if you making international money, I'm talking about you are in the Bill Gates, you're in the Jeff Bezos, you know, you're in the Elon Musk talk, right? Different hemisphere, different atmosphere. And the NBA has since ascended to that level. And that's why those salaries keep going up. And they don't care how the product looks because they're not just catering to us in the States no more.
Right.
They're catering to the whole world. And so the media and the NBA are going to be in cahoots to push somebody who can sell overseas, on the bottom of the map, at the top of the map, and over in the States.
Yeah.
And you bring up a good point, Wemby. I think Luka's in that conversation. Jokic. Cats like that. These European cats.
I think the language barrier is a problem because I was watching that Dodgers game yesterday and Ohtani had a translator up there with him. And I think the thing about Anthony Edwards is that he speaks our language, if you will. You know what I mean? Bobby G, what's going on, brother?
My brother, speaking of Bobby G.
He speaks our language. And I don't think the casual fan, if you will, I don't think they're going to link up with the accents. I think the NBA is going to find itself in a very peculiar position where they might try to push a Wemby, but the accent, I don't know. It's going to be funny. That's why I want LeBron to hurry up and get out of here, so just to see what it's going to look like. You know?
All right, I'm gonna propose this to you. All right, we always say that sports is a pretty much microcosm, linear parallel to life, right? This is why Ant won't be the face. Because we only as good as just to entertain the masses. They don't want us to be the faces. Now, LeBron was the face. Jordan was the face because they were able to sell internationally. Ant is not going to be able to sell internationally. He's too black. And I mean that. I don't mean that in no disrespect because I fucks with Ant.
No, you're speaking business right now, big bro. You know, ain't no hood dude gonna just.
That's what I'm saying. I am speaking business right now, and it goes back to what we said earlier in the show. When you talk content, when you talk sports, especially in sports content, and these podcast shit, you got to understand that hey, there's gonna be some business that's gonna overrule the product of what you're talking about. All right, there's gonna be some time where they want that man to be the face, but he's gonna be too black for it. Because them Europeans not gonna be able to understand what he's talking about. Bring your ass. They're gonna laugh. Bring your eyes. What does that mean? Not gonna. He won't be marketable to them because they won't be able to relate. Luka's going to be able to relate because he's been hanging in Texas so long. He think he damn near 03. You know,
in Oak Cliff.
Yeah, he been in Texas so long, like damn, like come on, man, like he been hanging with Lil Baby, he been with Travis Scott and all them, you know. So he's hanging out with the rappers and shit, you know. Just a little bit of relatability that he can market it to some of the people in the States, you know. So it is. He'll be able to be a face of the NBA. Wemby at some point in time will be able to be a face, because he may not, be from where we're at, but there's also a way that we can still relate, because there's things, because of his skin tone is going to make him relatable to some people over here, regardless. I just think it's just certain things, because let's be honest, some of your favorite players are people that you can relate to at the same time too, and I think there's a relatability factor that goes into that. So I mean, it's to me, if you can't find any relatability or marketability goes hand in hand with the situation, they're gonna try, but at some point in time they're gonna look at the numbers. It's like, yeah, we making money, but we could be making so much more.
Right. Yeah.
He ain't.
I think it's going to be a new cat that come into the league, because I can't really see any. Can't be the face. He's the only American player of this generation that can win with minimum help, along with John.
I ain't mad at it, Bobby. I ain't mad at it at all. It's like they say, race, religion, and politics are bad for business. Hey,
yeah.
If you don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
And that's where I'm like, it just gotta. I don't know. I think we're gonna have to really see it, because I don't see the limelight. I don't see how you would promote Wemby unless this cat go on a three-peat. You know what I mean? You might pull a lot of.
Look at Bobby G's point, and I agree with it. He has points about him that's marketable, because we know that he can play ball, and he's pretty much a freak of nature. I mean, he's pretty much a 7-foot point guard that can actually play a big man role, because he'll get down there, play defense, block, rebound. So his game can get him attention right now. But what's going to get him to the face of the league is he either has to get the hell out of San Antonio and get himself to a situation that's going to be more competitive to win, or he's just going to have to be the reason why San Antonio wins. Because he played majority of that season last year and the team still was trash.
Yeah.
So it's either going to have to be a full court press from the front office to say, hey man, bring any and everybody in here to help this young man. And it's sad that we're at that point in stage where you got to give these guys help. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, what the Bulls did all that." I was like, I do understand that was organically put together as a team.
Exactly.
The only trade they really made was Dennis, and that was after winning 3.
And that was Michael Jordan and Scotty didn't even want him. That was all Phil. Like, we need a rebounder. So, but in the same breath, Michael Jordan had already been box office long before the Bulls started winning. It was kind of like that was the last box he had to check off. He was already winning Magic. Yeah, he was already the face of the league. Magic and Larry had already ascended him to that, and all he had to do was win something. Once he did that, it was McDonald's, Gatorade commercials everywhere. Everywhere you could find Michael Jordan, but.
But you do bring up a great point. It's going to be very interesting because it's going to be some situations where they're going to have to find who are going to hitch their wagon to come up with a person to always talk about. Because to be quite honest, KD's a little bit too old in the game right now to be the face of the league, and unfortunately a lot of his playing time was getting pushed out the side, being in the same time as LeBron.
The NBA had an opportunity with Steph. They dropped the ball so hard with Steph. Everybody play like this fool now, and if they would have made him the quote unquote face of the league, in 2014? You know what I mean? Now all you got to do is waiting for the next 3-point shooter. You don't even need a kid to talk at that point. Can you shoot like Steph? Caitlin Clark? Can you shoot like Steph? Whoever?
See, the crazy thing is I've always felt that because of LeBron, I think a lot of, I don't know generationally, but I just feel like a lot of people that talk basketball didn't give Steph enough respect for his game because he was in the same time as LeBron. I always question this, and I want you to definitely chime in on this.
Mhm.
I know the media made LeBron the face of the league, but a lot of people hate on his watch, man.
Yeah. Wait. A lot of people hate on his.
No. A lot of people ate.
Oh yeah. Facts.
I mean, we're talking about a dynasty was literally under his watch, and he was not part of it. The Warriors were a dynasty. All right. I mean, how do you allow a dynasty under your watch? I'm not putting it on Brian. I don't want people to take this the wrong way. I'm just saying when you look at eras and people have been put up there because of media, and this is not LeBron's fault. Media has pushed him as their face and then put him on that front, and you got all the LeBron sexuals eating all this shit up. LeBron. Okay. But answer me this, LeBron sexuals. Why so many people eat on his watch? The whole dynasty literally ate on his watch.
I think that's what takes away from, LeBron being the surefire face of the league, because with Jordan, we got the dominance of a Wilt Chamberlain. We got the marketability of a Magic Johnson. We got the competitiveness of a Larry Bird. And then, he just happened to win 3 times in a row, something none of these cats had did, because he was such a winner. So it came with Michael Jordan was just whatever you look for in the game. If you was a casual, you know what I mean, you just wanted to see somebody dominate basketball and make some highlights, he was there for you. If you was a savant of the game and you looking at the X's and O's, like, oh, this brother really, he really showing something. And then on top of all of that, if you just wanted to hit your wagon to somebody real quick because you knew, he was going to more than likely win, it came with Michael Jordan. That's the deflating part about LeBron James, is that it's all media. When you actually watch the product, it's like, well, a lot of people, you're like, I can't get behind this. You know what I mean? A lot of people have left the NBA because of LeBron James. A lot of people have gravitated to the Golden State Warriors or whoever. If you was a Kawhi Leonard guy for a couple years there, I've seen a lot of people gravitate to Kawhi as well. It's just that's what makes the whole who's going to be the next guy so interesting, because already half of the NBA world has already agreed it ain't LeBron for me. You know what I mean? And the other half is like, it is LeBron for me. So much so, it's like, how are the LeBron sexuals going to start cheering for the next guy? They're not going to just all of a sudden start cheering for Zion. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm curious about. Who are you LeBron sexuals going to cheer for now?
And they gonna get their karma too, bro. Because when Wemby get the Wemby sexuals going on, it's like it's a matter of time. You know how it goes, bro. It's generational. At one point everybody was singing Magic Johnson's praises. Then Jordan came along. So whoever the next guy is, his fan base gonna give it to these Bron sexuals. I'm just saying the Wemby sexuals, but whoever it is,
yeah, it's gonna be somebody that is. Look, hey, it's Father Time undefeated. All right.
Amen. Even if you can't say it no more, enhancements. I ain't say it. Kel Sutton said it. He still work for ESPN. I don't get that one bit, bro. Not at all.
You know what's always kind of baffled me about Chael Sonnen always saying that LeBron took steroids. If it wasn't true, ESPN would have removed Chael Sonnen from a long time ago.
Again, ESPN just fired everybody. Max Kellerman, Jalen Rose, all them dudes, and Kale still there. And I know he probably ain't the big payday dude, but yeah, bro. It's just one of those things where your spidey senses, they start going off like, hey, 1 + 1 ain't 3, gang. Like, what y'all trying? This man over here still making podcasts to this day, and it's just like, all right.
Yeah, because if it wasn't true, they would already silence Chael Sonnen a long time ago. He wouldn't have had not a damn a TV. Oh, you want a podcast? Nah, ain't nobody sponsoring that, bro. You jump on that StreamYard like Wildcard Martin and Tony Zavon.
Hey, come on with it. And you know, I think the whole kicker is that if ESPN, LeBron, anybody tried to touch that situation, Kel probably got paperwork. He probably got references. It's like, oh yeah, my guy over here, yeah. He'll jump on the podcast, and it's just gonna tear down everything ESPN and the NBA have built the last 20. Well, we're going on year 22 now. So.
Because think about it, dog. And I'm not saying whether he did or it didn't. All I'm saying is that, like you said, 1 + 1 don't equal 3 to me neither.
Exactly.
What my thing is that I laugh at how that Chael Sonnen, his story didn't get any legs, and I wonder why.
Oh, it did.
No. It got legs to the people that care. What I'm talking about, there was a point in time where there was probably a cease and desist that we don't know about, and there's some paperwork that told him to shut the fuck up. There's some paperwork somewhere that told him to shut up.
Mm-hmm.
That probably came with a nice lump sum of money, and required his signature on a piece of paper to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
All right, because it did not grow the legs that it should have.
I thought you was a conspiracy theorist, big bro.
No. I don't know. I don't think that's a conspiracy. I think that's just common sense. There's certain things that just don't see the light of day because there's people that need people to shut the fuck up on certain situations. That's just life. Yeah, that's just life. I mean, do y'all really think this shit don't happen with our government on a fucking everyday basis? That they telling somebody to shut the fuck up. Now they ain't doing no cease and desist. They doing the cease and desist another way.
Yeah, this cease and desist. Yeah, you can get real Kennedy in this motherfucker real quick.
hey, no, hey man, because I'm saying like, bruh, hey. I feel you, Bobby G. I'm not saying I believe Chael Sonnen. All I'm saying is that when I am a common sense thinker, I'm a guy that can use his own senses, and I can just sense what shit is bullshit. And then if you come with the facts that make sense, then I'll believe you. Because I'm not saying, I never once said I believe what Chael was right. All I'm saying is that the shit never grew legs. Yeah. That went to, because that's all I'm saying.
And in a day and age where everything go viral, everybody talk about everything, and Stephen A ain't got nothing to say of all folks.
That's what I'm saying. Because you already know it takes one tweet to get retweeted millions of times before it becomes a headline storyline. None of that happened. So that's all I'm saying. I don't say I believe, because my thing is there's never been anything of saying that LeBron did take any enhancements. There's nothing.
False, big bro. We got evidence. We got the Miami BioLegend lab out there with his initials. We got Rich Paul. We got Savannah James and her personal trainer getting caught up in the mix. I'm gonna say it like this as a LeBron James hater, and excuse me for I embrace my title. Ain't no
embrace it.
I embraced it, big bro. Come on with it. Come on. I love bombing on the Bron sector. I'll waste a whole day of content on Bron sector. No views at all, but hey, I got to get this is the Lord's work. My thing is, I ain't never seen a 50-year-old man jump out the gym. This kid is running around right now with Bronny James, Dalton Connect, all these young boys. Now, here's the kicker. I'm 36 right now, and I go out and hoop from time to time. I'm not keeping up with the young 20-year-olds right now, bro. I got to use my wisdom. I'm putting them in the post, big bro. Old man game. That's how I get my buckets now. And it's like you say, it's not conspiracy theory at all. It's laws of nature. It's just laws of communication, because the ESPN will make a headline about LeBron James unfollowing Rachel Nichols. You're not gonna tell me you ain't got nothing to say about this. It's like, come on, bro. We in a day and age where everybody talk about everything, and like you say, if y'all not talking about it, then something is rotten in the room. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta tell me some poop underneath the bed before I get the.
I smelled it.
Smell it.
Hey,
Like
man. Hey,
Jumping out the window is just. I hate when my intelligence is insulted. That's my number one thing. Like, you know what I mean? I don't pee on my leg and call it rain. Because at that point, now you got yourself an issue. Now I'm about to be, I'll be a martyr for that. Like, hey, hold on, gang. I ain't the sharpest butter knife, but come on, man.
I'm pissed off now. You done pissed on my leg and called it rain. I'm pissed off now.
Yeah, come on.
Hey, it's just, hey, man. I'm just saying, man, and I think that's a lot of things that I rock with certain individuals. I do. That's why I rock with you. That's why I rock with Bobby G. Because that's why I rock with Man Down. Cats at I.O.W. 613 Fame Productions. Rod Uncensored. I rock with these individuals because you can't put us in a box. You can't say that we just I'm just gonna shuck and jive and just be like to everybody and just go along.
Narrative, massa. Here go your narrative. Like, I'm good, bro.
And what a lot of people don't see is that there's times that me and Tony don't agree on the same subject, but we're not going to disrespect each other.
Right,
and
exactly.
Me and Bobby might not agree on certain things, or me and whoever we not going to agree on every subject, but it's the respect that we have for each other, that we know that you're going to get the authentic individual, the real person that you are collabing with. So I look, at the end of the day, hey man, do I hope this shit is the bill payer? You damn right. Yeah. But I'm not gonna sacrifice my integrity and what I feel is right or wrong when it comes to these sports topics, because I'm willing to see that it's still a business, but I'm gonna still talk about the sports that you do produce as a content, whether you're NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, college football, college basketball, with an objective lens. I'm a non-objective lens. I don't have an objective. I'm unbiased. Do I do for the Royals, Chiefs, Lakers, Tigers? Of course. But I'm pretty unbiased when it comes to even talking about them teams. I know my Lakers ain't worth a damn. I was hurt my Royals couldn't finish off the Yankees and being the ACS. Yeah. I can admit that Patrick Mahomes is not playing Patrick Mahomes like football right now. When we don't win the Super Bowl, I'm not. Oh man, if we're still the greatest team, no, you lost. Look, at the end of the day, there's wins and losses, baby, and you just got to be able to talk with a voice that has everything to do about the sport that they produce and understand the business at the same time.
This is why I call you big bro. This is why I call you big bro. You got the diplomatic approach, big bro. I'm biased to the truth. I'm biased to transparency. All right, at the detriment of myself. Like it comes with a cost. You know what I mean? Being a warrior out here, because a lot of these dudes are soft. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? My granddaddy said something that stuck with me, bro. He was like, if it wasn't for a gun, you could probably walk up to 95% of these dudes and slap them in front of their girls and nothing would happen, because nowadays these cats are soft. They love lies. And it's just a matter of the fact that if you are standing on something, if you're standing for something, you're not going to fall for anything. And I'm not opposing your point, bro. I just love how you approach it. I just feel like, man, I only got so much patience for y'all. You know what I mean? Screw this YouTube. Like I'm on heels right now, because it's like I can't sit here and just gobble up a lie. Or let me say this: I can't hold my tongue. I don't have a diplomatic approach. You know what I mean? It's like I go 0 to 100.
That shit came with time and maturity. If they had caught me about 10 years ago podcasting, I'd have been an award with every hater on my Twitter page or something, whatever. But the fact of the matter is nowadays, if somebody says that I'm wrong or nothing, I just tell them thank you for the view, because at the end of the day, my numbers don't reflect whether you agreed or disagreed with me. It just says view. So that's how I look at it. Yeah, all of you, whether you hate me or you like me, and that's how I'm pretty sure that's how LeBron. That's one thing I can respect about LeBron. People watch him play basketball whether they want to see him lose or see him win. He's going to bring the numbers. So it's just one of those things where you look at look at try to find the truth in the situation. Because at the same time, I should have been a psych major because at the same time, understanding how people think, people act. I think a lot of psychology goes into the media part of covering sports nowadays.
Yeah,
So, but at the same time, don't you ain't even got to worry about people trying to discredit or anything of your takes and opinions because your numbers speak for yourself. Right. So at the end of the day, man, we gonna keep televising this revolution, and we already went an hour and 35 minutes over. So
oh yeah, damn. Last time I looked at it, they said an hour and 40. I'm like, well. I just want to make one more point, big bro. This definitely is gonna grow, and like I say, I love what you're doing. You do, Tony. Don't short yourself. You're choosing not to curse. That's being diplomatic. You can do what you put your mind to. I appreciate that, big bro. And that's what I'm gonna be learning. I take my guidance because between you, Mill at Man Down Sports, a few other brothers out there, man, I really learn from because I don't really have I'm learning to have a calmer approach. But Tupac was my favorite rapper, and I just boom, 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 boom.
The crazy thing about it. And obviously, the more and more that you start learning about Tupac, he was such he had a lot of different sides to him that was so beyond the rap side. He had so many different faces of Tupac, and Tupac was pretty much a multifaceted individual. And believe it or not, people don't realize how much he accomplished before he was taken from the world.
Yeah,
he died at 26. He was a philanthropist, an artist, a director, a music writer. Done so much things in his hoods. Gave back to his family, love, put up businesses, spent time in jail. I mean, this man has done so many things. So, just listen to his albums. He can go, he can go from Dear Mama to fuck these hoes in the same album. He was multifaceted, many faces to Tupac, but at the same time, man, accomplished so much. Poet, he did so much before he was taken from this earth. So that's not a bad guy to kind of get a playbook or a blueprint on how to do some things. Obviously, there's some things you might not want to take what Tupac did. Some things you're gonna leave that with Tupac, but there's a lot of good. There's a lot of good that Tupac did, though.
Yeah, that's a fact, bro. And keep moving, man. You keep stomping, keep making your mark, because we're gonna be mainstream. We the new ESPN without the propaganda and the narratives. You're gonna get some good truth, but damn it, bro, we're gonna be live until next Monday, ain't we?
Hey, man. Hey, it is what it is. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't know when I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a 24-hour stream. I don't know when I'm gonna do it. I have no idea. I might have just numerous people coming in and out of the stream, but I'm gonna do a 24-hour stream one day, and we'll see what happens. I'll let people know before I do it, because I'm not just gonna do it out the whim. But I'm strategically playing that shit out. But drop them socials for the people, man.
Yeah, sure, big bro. And Firstborn, my baby, right here on YouTube, man. Please subscribe to the channel. Of course, on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Not YouTube, Instagram as well. And your boy been getting back into his sports blogging as well. So make sure you check that out on paper from Tony the Savant, trying to get my writing skills. Like Tupac, I am a writer, through and through. So I definitely appreciate that, big bro. And man, I can't wait till next Monday, man, for real.
Ooh, oh man! Hey, as long as these sports keep giving us something to cook about, hey, we gonna cook, man. Full course meal, you did. I know what it is, man. Check out all the I.O.W Sports Network social media platforms at the bottom of your screen. Where am I? Boom. Yeah, right there. Twitter. That's my Twitter page. Obviously, I spoke about all the collaborations that I do. So just go on over there. Check a bro out. Twitter, Casey Wildcard Mar. Hey, man, we're going to shut it down, man. Thanks to my bro, Tony Savant, for pulling up on this late night edition. Hey, we'll be back in our normal time slot, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time next Monday. Hey, man, other than that, man, beat me out. I might have 2 more episodes. I'm trying to get consistent and being here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. So, hey, man, just look forward for the next couple of days, Tuesday and Wednesday, with your boy Wildcard Mar. You never know who might pop up with your boy. But, hey, man, on behalf of my bro, Tony Savant, I'm Wildcard Mar. We up out here, baby. Hey, man, take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Peace and love.
Yeah. Solid Hill TDS, what's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W Sports Network, late night edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wildcard Mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wildcard Mar. We